We are unmuted, yes.
Such a professional organization.
What channel is this on?
Mine.
I think it's
I think we're live. I don't know.
Oh,
Hi,
yes.
everyone. Welcome to Empires of Arcadia. I'm Koibu. I'll be your DM for the day. Let's go around the table and see how everyone's doing, starting with the always focused Devin Nash.
My entire business life is a complete, utter train wreck of a shit show.
But you're focused on it.
I am. Yes.
And that's what counts. It's the focus and the approach, not the results.
It's like the entire agency world decided to just jump off a cliff today. So I'm in a hell. I couldn't even stream today. I'm just in like a
perpetual state of molding.
I am. I'm in a perpetual state of molding. Yes, aggressive molding. So I'm happy to be here, though. It's nice for you all to have me. Always an honor to stream with some of my best friends on Twitch.
Oh, it's very nice of you. What about you, Trump? How is life going on your green screen?
Going great. Always looking forward to playing D&D with you guys, and we've set up Thursday Sidereal Confluence night, so always looking forward to that night as well, where we play board games with streamers in real life. So
That's awesome.
Real life games are so much fun. Not that streaming and being in your own comfortable room is bad, but there's something to being in the same room with everyone that's much better. What about you, Ziz, third member of the green screen party?
I'm great. Yeah, thank you. I was just chilling with some RimWorld. I was kind of like go to sleep before this, but I actually just stayed up and then I go to sleep after. And then
I was
play
going to ask, how
tomorrow.
do you manage to wake up at like 2 a.m.
I usually do. Yeah. But the thing is, like, today I woke up like 11 p.m. So I didn't want to just be awake for like 5 hours, then sleep 5 or 6, and
yeah, it's a little awkward.
Wait, how far north do you live again?
Belfast, Northern Ireland.
How oh yeah, I keep forgetting you're not fucking around. Okay, never mind. Does it get like really dark there all year round? I don't know how far.
Nah, like where I lived in Norway would be, but not here. No.
And last but not least, Destiny, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, Koibu.
What's going on in your life?
So elaborate.
Well, you know, nothing.
Just away with words.
I'm looking to figure out a way in this campaign. I'm sure that we're going to unlock some ancient magics here that allow us to revive people to right a wrong that happened on somebody else's watch in another campaign. So I'm excited for that today.
That was cool.
Or are you feeling pain over something else that you've done in life?
Well, nothing that I've done. I haven't done any wrong actions, but other party members were definitely complicit in stuff I'd say was pretty wrong. But
what happened?
Yeah. Man.
Basically, yeah, you know, basically, Koibu had an NPC that he turned into a murder hobo, and it forced us to take the appropriate response, basically. And that response is of far-reaching impacts, and unfortunately, innocent people had to die. But we're working on bringing it back.
This is the 100% accurate portrayal. Nothing here is misconstrued in any way, shape, or form.
I'm glad at least. Listen, Koibu pretends he's not right, but if you actually go through his fucking Reddit, Koibu actually wrote up a post where he was like, yeah, I actually made Zaz act completely irrationally. There was no good reason for her to act the way she did. If you it's actually 100% true.
You know, the man has never spoken a false word in his life.
Thank you.
Why does Moon look like he just got done casting for American History X?
I don't know.
Or not Moon, Mr. Mooten, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did he get a haircut?
He looks like he's straight up like battle brother, dude. He's like ready for war.
He buzzed his head.
He buzzes, and was this like for a bet or something?
No, he just.
I think he just cut his hair, man.
All right.
God, this is very hostile.
Really?
Yeah, American History X doesn't really have great connotations when you're talking about hairstyles.
I guess that's true. It made me remind me of it because it's like super short. I used to do my hair like that all the time. At CLG, I had like a phase where I did that. I did like really, really like thin hair.
Yeah. Well, why don't we hop into game? Ziz, what did we do?
Probably the wrong movie to reference. Just maybe.
Yeah, it's really not the right one to reference.
Okay, big sorry.
It's okay, it's fine. Where did we leave off?
That's
win them all.
An excellent question. We were in a cave, right? Oh, we were waiting for the sword to be crafted.
The axe.
That's it.
Yes, and you're gonna have to wait a while, so you were gonna do some other shit in the meantime, right?
We're gonna meet the elves.
Yeah, I guess we can.
We can if you want to. I thought our understanding was that it was going to take 1 week, and we were going to go back and forth somewhere. Were we going to go all the way northeast? Oh, okay.
Wait, where are we going to go?
Was it Solvang?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that the plan? We can do something different.
No, we can go there. I was very keen on waiting for a chance at a better weapon.
Oh, you don't want to travel with no weapon at all? Wait, do you have any weapon?
No, they did say like they weren't gonna like upgrade mine. They're making me a whole new axe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they will want your old axe to replace the metal that they're using for the new one that they're making for you, but they're gonna make you a nice new axe, and you'll just trade when you get back to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Besides, I feel like if we literally tell Koibu we want to wait here for a week, that is not going to be a better axe. So.
I mean, you can do whatever you want.
Here's a spoiler. My bet is it's already not going to be a better axe.
What? No, it's definitely a better axe.
I don't think he would do that to me.
Especially after you've rolled so much HP for axes. You wouldn't do that.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, let's we'll head through the tunnels then, right? Actually we already did. We're at the north part.
That's right. You have exited the northern part of the mountain range. That's why our little city marker is right there.
So, my understanding is Solvang is an actual city we can go into, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Sweet. I say we just rush it. I say we literally just do like a YOLO Swaggins run and just 3 moves in one go.
Actually, a pretty good idea. I was thinking our lowest move is Corin, yeah, with 30 feet.
30.
Really, the
Corn and Grub.
30? Yeah, okay.
What are we
I
doing?
think Grub could probably turn into something that moves faster than 30, and then maybe Corin could ride him.
I can ride on the shoulder of somebody.
No, the other way.
I
Corin
think my
rides on
animal
more
pheromone
faster.
has an hour transform. Pretty sure that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you only have an hour. I see.
I think so. Yeah. To prevent
Okay.
such nonsense like that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before we go to Sullivan, we wanted to meet the humans here. Yeah.
Yes, you are at Overlook Keep right now. It's the exit of the Dwarven Mountains, their tunnels, and down below it is a small little human village that the dwarves will trade with the humans, who then trade with the elves. That way, the dwarves never really have to leave their mountains. And those humans can guide you to Solvang, or you can find your own way there. None of you have been here before, but you know that it is a town bisected by a river. On the opposite side is the elven town version, the elven version of the town. It's connected by a bridge over the Tashani River to the human multicultural, multiracial section. The elves are very territorial. They're more of a shoot first, ask questions later sort of people if someone is found in their territory without, clear, explicit permission. And that the elven guards are hundreds of years old. So they're all pretty damn good at their jobs at this point.
Bunch of
What if
boomers.
they were lazy for the whole... What's that?
I said bunch of boomers.
Mm-hmm.
What if they were lazy?
Before we make our way to Solvang, we'll ask the humans general questions about Solvang, if they know anything that might help us.
Sure. You guys can come down the mountainside and find your way into the human settlement here. There's a small palisade wall with lots of little hooks and barbs on it that interweaves itself between a grove of redwoods. If I don't know if you guys have spent a lot of time in redwood forest, but you'll get these large fairy rings of redwood trees where one tree will die and it'll send up these like sprouts of other trees nearby. Now, if you get a couple of those, you sort of get a bunch of rings nearby each other, and it's between these redwood trees that these palisade walls have been built. And then within the town itself, there are large mounded domes where people make their homes under the earth. So the walls fall, they still have underground little caves they can hide in. The humans here are more in line with the jungle folk, not the nice, peaceful, settled folk of Yaka, but the sort of people who live in the jungle year round, who don't have real security, who are never truly safe and are always on alert. The people of Yaka and the jungle people usually do not get along and often clash. But here maybe there's an opportunity for some cooperation, since you're already working with the dwarves and they work with the dwarves, so maybe the friend of your friend is your friend instead of your enemy in this situation. Anyway, you will approach this town, see the palisade wall, see the little domed buildings down below, and spot a couple of these jungle people looking up at you from their walls, spears in hands.
Cool. Quick guesstimate of how big this village is. Are we talking 100 people or less?
Less. Far less.
Okay.
Maybe 40, 50 at most.
Okay. Well, I don't think we have anything to do other than walk towards them.
All right. You can step into the confines of their camp. There's a little open door sort of area on the back that faces the Dwarven Mountains. And one of the humans will approach you. It is a youngish woman in her mid-20s, perhaps. She's got a necklace made of teeth that look like they've been pulled from a Tyrannosaurus or something. She has a headdress made of bright, colorful feathers. And she has a spear with a larger tooth than you would expect from a T-Rex. Some sort of long, skinny tooth as the end of a spear. I don't think any of you would recognize it. Grub, maybe you can make me a nature check to see if you can sort out what it is.
Kind of animal that the tooth comes from?
Yeah.
I'm not even in roll 20.
All right, you don't know what it is then.
Okay.
No, I do.
I shout, "Hello! That is a nice spear you got there!"
The woman raises her spear above her head horizontally in a universal sign of recognition and nonviolence.
I raise my axe. "This is my axe! And this is my hamster!"
She cocks her head to the side and steps forward, reaching out her free hand tentatively towards the hamster before gently petting it.
"His name is Boo!"
Ooh.
A 20
on the nature check. Yeah, this long tooth comes from a specific type of shark that is known to live in the oceans but easily move into brackish swamps or even fresh waters for a short period of time. They have these long teeth that sort of point back down the throat, similar to how a sea turtle works, and that prevents anything from escaping. This must be an exceptionally large tooth from one of these strange sharks that you've heard of but never seen yourself.
Oh, hey, you kill big fish? That real impressive.
She, still wordlessly, nods at you a few times, returning her attention to the soft hamster. Tell me about Boo. What sort of coloring does he have?
Well, oh wait, am I telling the DM or telling her? Because she can
You're
see
telling
him.
the DM. You're telling the DM.
He's like
And the players.
like an orange brownish hamster with like a little slightly darker brown patch on his stomach.
What about his face? Orange, brown, white?
Yeah, orange brown.
Orange, brown on the face? Okay.
Yeah.
She strokes the hamster a few more times and then looks up to you and says, "How can this thing be? No claws? No venom? No fangs?"
He is the mightiest warrior and always goes with me in combat.
She looks incredulous.
I like lean closer and whisper, "He has even killed a T-Rex."
Does Minsk truly believe that?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a persuasion check then. You truly believe this, and she is having a hard time believing it. So persuade me. Persuade her. 11. Okay, against her insight, she looks surprised and takes a few steps back, removing her hand from the hamster.
It worked.
He is very impressive, no?
Deceivingly so, she replies. You come from the little ones? The dwarves? She inquires at you.
Yes, they were having problems with some orcs, so we killed all of the orcs and went through their passage. Now we are here. Hello.
Hmm. The only good orc is a dead one.
I agree. I love killing orcs.
She calls out in a different tongue to the other forest people down here, the other jungle folk, who approach and observe the party.
Can you imitate the tongue?
No.
I don't know if that was you're imitating or if you were thinking about it.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a very strange language they have.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of like humming language.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Buddhism has made it farther south than we thought, Don.
Well, Minsk, you seem to have made quite an impression. Why don't you continue?
Yeah. So, why do you guys live out here?
Excuse me? We were born. Where our fathers and mothers were born. Where our grandmothers and grandfathers were born.
That
This
is
where we live.
amazing. You
because
must be very strong to survive out here by yourself. I admire your might.
She dips her head in acknowledgement of your compliment. You, where do you come from, big one?
We come from Yaka, and we are trying to unite the entire world under one banner.
Mm-hmm. She grunts.
You should join our alliance. With a mighty woman like you and a mighty man like me, we could conquer the world.
Why?
Why not? Imagine all the dead orcs we could kill. The only good orc is a dead orc.
Yes. But why go out of our way to kill them?
Because it's great. Do you not enjoy killing them?
No.
Oh, I do. My mistake.
Ah. Why are you here? Why have you come into our house?
We
Yes,
are
20.
on our way to see the elves. The halflings of Bastion require our aid.
She puts her hand like down towards her knees. The little ones, the very little ones.
Yes.
And you help the little ones? Why?
They make us beer. It tastes amazing.
What is beer?
Oh, it's like a drink, but it's even better than water.
Jungle juice.
Yeah.
Oh, we have jungle juice.
Can I try some?
She makes a motion, and one of the little kids fetches a leather water skin and brings it over to you. She uncorks it, takes a swig, and hands the bottle over to you, or the skin over to you. You can smell the sweet, fermented scent of, like, sort of rotting fruits. It kind of smells like old sangria.
I take a swig, and then I say, oh my god! This is the best thing I've ever drank! It's even better than the halfling juice!
Do you need help getting to Solvang?
Are you offering to guide us there?
She thinks for a moment. Wasn't intending on offering a guide. She's just curious about what you're doing here. She'll shake her head and say, no, I'm not offering a guide. I've just not met many talkative people like you.
Well,
You speak a lot.
I like talking. You like listening. It's a perfect match. Your face is fucking great.
It's that way, she says, pointing north by northeast.
Are there many dangers on the way there?
A great many.
Well,
But if you know the jungles, then you know the dangers.
well, it sure would make it easier to go there if you'd help us.
She If you would like our help, we would like yours.
What do you need help with?
Defending our home. If you are to take our guides, we will need a defender left behind. How about Boo? I would love to see the great monster fight and hold off a T-Rex.
What the fuck do I say to this? I cannot be apart from my hamster. But what sort of enemies trouble you? Maybe we can kill them.
The monsters of the jungle. The beasts that come from the mountains.
Do they come often?
They come when they come, and we never know when that will be. But if I will leave my people undefended, we will need a great warrior to replace me.
I see. Maybe you could give us some instructions on the best route to take to Solvan.
Go downhill. Do not stop going downhill. When you reach the water, go right. Follow it upstream, and you will find your way to the city.
Well, thank you. It has been a mighty honor meeting such a great warrior as yourself.
Would you be willing to show us how Boo fights?
He is very tired right now. He killed many orcs and needs to rest. I'm sure you know how tiring killing orcs can be.
She looks to the monk for clarification.
I look back.
I mean, this guy's talking about Boo killing orcs and T-Rexes.
I
sort of
sagely
believes
nod
him.
behind.
So hamster only can do thing when real important to do. Then become super hamster. But only have to be in real danger. Otherwise he conserves his power level.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
A secret weapon, then.
It is similar to a bear, for a bear conserves their energy in a cave and stores it up. But when they come out, they are indeed fearsome.
I see.
All right.
Well, good luck to you, travelers. Be on your way.
I hold my arm out like this. Is this of inviting her to clasp my arm, like a sign of respect?
Yes, she will clasp your arm and leave you with the wine skin filled with jungle juice.
Ugh. Okay, awesome.
Wait, is it actually better than the alcohol we've tried so far? Did we establish that?
No, it's not as good as nice fermented beer. It's like, let's take all of the fruit that we can find and let it just rot in this vessel until it gets nice and alcoholic, and then we'll drink it.
Is that a thing? Don't you die if you do that?
If you do it right, if you know what you're doing, you can make alcohol out of fruit. If you don't know what you're doing, you just get moldy juice, and that can be very bad for your health. So these people have developed the right technique for fermenting fruits.
All right, I'm going to take a thinking action. So first of all, thinking action. First of all, Corn is a half elf, right?
I believe so, yeah.
What do I know about how elves and half elves feel about each other in general?
Well, this is a juicy bit of information here. So, in Solvang, it's two towns, really, right? There's the elven side on one side of the river and the non-elven side on the other side of the river. And the two are more or less separate, and you can go back and forth. The elves will keep a close eye on their territory. And one of the things that goes back and forth are some of the elves because there are some brothels over on the human side of town. And all the half-elves are made out of elves that have either mated with someone in the brothels or found some doe-eyed human who looked up to the elf so much and, they hooked up and she got left with a child, and the elves are not taking responsibility for this stuff. It's unclear why they're so hostile. And I shouldn't say hostile, but so,
racist.
Problem, not ours. Xenophobic might be a good word. Puritanical could be another word. It depends on the emphasis that you want to put on it. They would call themselves hardcore traditionalists, where their elven nature allows them to live like 1,000 years. So they don't want to raise some child that's only going to live 150 years. You know, that's like...
Basically, you're saying that if we had the ability to produce clothing down here, they'd be wearing MAGA hats. That's what you're saying, Koibu. I understand.
You can make any interpretations you would like. So the human women often get left with half-elven babies, and you know, that's just the way that it goes. So Corin is the result of either your mother was enamored with some elf and they had a short time together, or your mother worked in a brothel, or some combination thereof. And then eventually make her way to Yaka with you.
All right. Well, we could go to Solvang and make Arcadia great again.
Great. On the journey, I'll tell Corin, I feel like this is your opportunity to be the spokesman as you are returning to your homeland.
I imagine we would know that. Are elves in this world like of a particular kind of people, like a very formal, like do they seem like they have kind of like a god complex a little bit, or not? Is that not true?
Yeah, the elves here are very separatist and traditionalist. They won't allow people past that small elven section of Solvang on their side of the river. They don't really ever leave their side of the river and come over and fuck with these people. They're very much like, this is our territory, that's your territory. Here's this one place where we can mix and merge and communicate and trade, but other than that, we want to stay to ourselves and we don't want you coming over here. Yeah. They won't even import jewelry from anyone else because they're concerned about, over the centuries, like the piling up of foreign jewelry that doesn't really fit with their aesthetic just lying around. So they'll import anything that's consumable, but nothing that could be potentially permanent. No carvings, no earrings, no statues.
Okay, so they're getting like food and wine and maybe some building materials, but like in terms of like actually like produced goods. I got it. Okay.
Yeah, lots of information is what they like to trade for as well. Okay. They're so long lived. It's interesting to hear what other people have to say, or we can report from territory beyond their bounds.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I turn to Zai and I kind of shrug my shoulders. I don't get along well with these types, but if I must.
I think it would be good for you to also pick up that feathery touch that diplomacy comes with. Now come, let us go. We shall walk at a... Can we make it there if we do the fast pace in one day?
Yes. Yeah. That would be 3 tiles of movement. You would be at disadvantage on your stealth and perception rolls. But otherwise, you could easily make it there in 1 day of movement.
What are the odds we'll encounter something on one roll?
You guys feel spicy? Let's do the 3 days.
What?
Cool. Let's do one day of movement.
But why?
Why not?
Because we save travel time. You can.
But time has no meaning. We're not even. Okay, yeah, all right.
Wait, what happened to Devin's mic?
Oh, wait, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with it?
You went really loud.
It's very loud.
Oh, still right now?
Yeah, like the gain just exploded on it somehow.
I think maybe we're just too close to it, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe. So, cool. 1 day fast travel.
Yeah. Hi. Sounds perfect.
Sorry about that. Sometimes that just like happens randomly, and I can't figure out why. It literally just happens totally at random for like 10 seconds.
Roll me a D20, Trump, as you guys set out from the Overlook post to Solvang. You are traveling quickly through the jungle, following the downhill route, which makes it quite easy to travel until you hit the river, whereupon you take a right hook, follow the river upward. There's a section where one of the tributaries crosses or comes down like a little ravine, and you're crossing a large log to get from one side of these tributaries to the other. And the raw log here is slick from the fog. It produces all this mold and moss on it. And I would like everybody in the party to make me an acrobatics check as you cross from one side of this ravine to the other over this slippery log. Acrobatics, acrobatics. Oh, wow. Those are actually quite nice.
We're pretty nimble now, Koibu. We know that. We know the drill.
Corin, though, you only roll a 12.
So, holy crap, Corin, do you have some sort of feat that improves acrobatics?
Well, my acrobatics is an 8. I have 20 dex, so.
Jesus.
That's
5,
pretty good.
and then 3 from proficiency. Yeah. All right, Corin, despite your 20 dexterity and training in acrobatics, you are slipping on this mossy log. The DC on this roll was a 15.
Wow.
You slip and tumble, falling to the ravine below. You're going to sustain a mild amount of damage. It's only 1 point. But most importantly, you land on your bag. What is in your bag right now?
I think I have, it would be an extra quiver in my bag. Otherwise just my bow. Oh, I have a javelin. I don't know why, but yeah.
Your bag is just your... Oh, wow, yeah, you don't carry anything other than your weapons.
I don't really have anything, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you just have a few extra arrows in your bag. I will need you to make me a saving throw for them to see if you land on them and snap them or if they are fine.
Arrows go through and pierce your heart. You die instantaneously.
It's a 1d20. You want to roll 13 or higher. Just a flat d20.
Oof.
No. The extra arrows in your bag, I think there's only 5 of them, break, and everything else is fine.
Okay, I'm okay.
So it's not a big deal. All right. You can move on and make your way to Solvang. Arriving at the edge of the town. Solvang is built into this sort of like the river does this big U-shaped thing, and the town is at the very back of the U shape, which gets kind of narrow at some point. There's a wall made out of like sharpened stakes pointing out towards the jungle that goes from coastal bank to coastal bank. And in between, the very middle, are a pair of watchtowers that come up to just below the canopy height, maybe 15 feet off the ground, high enough that you can see over people, but not so high that you get lost in the branches. And you can see a pair of guards in each tower. The road between them is unblocked and totally open. Beyond, you can see a small little village. It has a population... where's my notes on this whole thing? It's got, I don't know, probably room for 400, 500 people total. And the people are walking around wearing nice elven clothing, some silks, some really refined flax or flannel that grows over on the elven side of everything. This is clothing distinct from the jungle people that you saw earlier that were dressed in skins and furs, and distinct from the people of Yaka, who have a combination fabric and leather and skins and hides sort of look. This is much more, refined with fancy, nice clothing. And, some of the people are carrying some weapons, but you don't see much in the way of armor or shields or like armed groups once you get past the front gates. Welcome to Yaka, to Solvang. Welcome to Solvang.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Have they noticed us?
Yeah, the guards watch you as you walk in and say nothing. They just kind of observe you.
It's a free town, like.
Yep. You walk in, no one stops you, no one harasses you, no one molests you. There's guards on the gate, but they don't even question you. And in maybe a bit of an unsettling way, you're unwelcomed into this town.
Are they all elves here?
No. These are all humans, mostly humans. You'll see a couple of gobos lying around, a few halflings about as well, a bunch of half elves.
So Solvang isn't an elven city. It's just like
it's divided, right? There's like on one side of the river is the elven side, and on your side of the river is the non-elven side.
Oh, so we're just not to the elves yet.
Should we can make our way then to the elf side of the river.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as we wander in, I make the comment of, what a nice city it is that that people are allowed to just simply walk in and out. Well, then we're here to solve a nymph problem, are we not? Rob, where do you think we should go for that?
To elves.
Right you are. Let us go there.
Isn't, The Corin guy? Fighty guy? Archie guy? Archer Bro guy? You gonna talk to them?
Yeah, I suppose I'll talk to him. I'll see if they'll let us across. Are there people traveling freely between the bisected city, like from one end to the other?
When you approach the back end of the town, you can see that there is a bridge spanning the river. It's sort of narrow, maybe 8 feet wide at most. It has a nice, like, high arch to it. It is made out of trees that grow from either bank, and then the roots have been intertwined over the river. There's even like an island in the middle of the river where another set of trees come up to meet them partway through. So you've got like a double archway. And the surface of the bridge is mostly earth with grass woven onto it. When you approach the bridge and get about halfway across, you can see the far side has a pair of elven guards. I should not say a pair. There are 4 guards on the other side. 2 with bows, 1 with a wicker shield and a curved sword, and a fourth that looks like some sort of spellcaster with an oaken staff that he leans upon, and long flowing robes with no sign of armor, but clear eyes that scan the bridge and watch you come. You'll notice at their feet, just on the bridge, but right up against them, is a stone, sort of a geometric shape, a pentagon, or not pentagon, a pentagon, not a pentagram, emblazoned onto the ground in stone, what must be sitting on top of roots and earth.
Well, I mean, all we can do is head over, right?
Yeah. You step across, and as you step onto the pentagon on the ground, you can feel the effect of a spell overcoming you. So I don't know who the first one on it is, but
well, I imagine it being me.
Yeah. All right, Corin. You step onto this, and you can immediately feel a spell interacting with you. If you would like to try and resist the effects, you can make me a willpower save, a wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
All right. You cannot overcome the effects. You are in a zone of truth. As long as you are standing in this zone, you cannot speak a lie.
That's
anything that you know to
powerful.
be wrong.
Is that a thing?
I mean, he just said it, so I imagine, yeah, it is.
Just said it is a thing.
Cool.
Should we all try to resist it?
Well, Corin's the only one to have stepped on it right now. It's not super big. It's just big enough to cover the entryway. And it's very clear who would be inside of it and who would be outside of it. But Corin, you are on it, and you feel compelled to speak honestly.
Okay, unless Corin suddenly stops, I'm continuing to follow him.
Sure, you will step into it as well, and give me a wisdom save.
Is there any reason?
Do I know what
Yeah.
Do I know what I'm trying to save against?
No, you can just feel an effect coming over you.
You know, it's built here for a reason. I won't resist.
Okay.
Is there any reason why we would have any reason to stop before we got onto this thing?
I imagine the guards are gonna.
Yeah, the guards are on the other side and are clearly blocking the path. And the pentagon isn't very big, so you come into like the natural speaking range, which is just onto that square, that pentagon. And whoever the first person that gets there will sort of step onto it and be at the right speaking range, and the rest of you will like pile up behind them.
Oh, I guess I would be behind it then, but I don't really mind being in it.
Yeah. The elves in front of you are sort of small. The men are maybe 5'2", 5'3" in height. The women are, 4'11", 5 feet tall, something like that. They look, they have high facial features, like high cheekbones, thin arms. They look kind of fragile. They look like you could snap them in half or blow them over in the wind. Their fingers are oddly thin. Their legs are kind of longer than you might expect. Their torsos are a little bit shorter. They're definitely humanoid creatures, but they look very fragile to you, or, what you're used to seeing, these big hulking humans or stocky dwarves or raging orcs. Two are armed with bows, one with sword and shield, and one is clearly a spellcaster. The spellcaster is the one that speaks.
Wait, is it reasonable to think that all elves are like this, since I've probably never seen an elf before?
Yeah, these are the first 4 elves that you've seen.
Okay.
Ever? Like they don't ever go outside of here?
Nope.
Wow.
They stay to their section of the world and do not interfere with what you guys do.
That's cool.
The first elf that speaks in soft, calming tones and says, "Welcome, fair travelers, to the elven side of the river. What brings you here?"
Corin blurts out, "I don't feel very welcome right now. We are actually trying to pass through these lands. We are looking for an elven people to restore a nymph." Is Corin aware that he's like under like a truth spell?
Yes. If you would like to, so you can't outright lie, but you can, avoid saying.
Yeah,
things
I understand. Yeah. We are seeking to restore a nymph to a people who have lost it for their farm. And then I look over to Zai.
Yes. What do you need something for? Beautifully done. Well said, I said.
Okay, Corin nods awkwardly.
You've come here to seek a nymph? For what purpose?
There was a nymph given to a village. It assisted them in harvesting crops or something of the sort. Apparently their nymph is dying, so we're here to get another one, because apparently these fuckers don't know how to mine crops without some magical creature helping them.
Yes, you may know them better as the halfling people.
The spellcaster gives you the smile of a very patient parent dealing with a grumpy child and says, I see. Well, I do not mean to disappoint you, but we do not keep a warehouse full of nymphs to be dispensed at will.
How come?
My dear goblin.
Seems like a real good idea. Good business. Lots of gold.
We do not believe in enslaving creatures to do our bidding. The nymphs are free to do as they please. If you wish to bring one with you, you must convince her yourself of the truth of your mission, of your honesty and goodwill.
Oh yeah, that real good. Where's she at? We talked to her.
We do not carry around nymphs. They exist within our lands. Is there another purpose for your visit? Strange followers and friends?
Do we need another purpose?
Yeah, I mean, we do have another purpose.
I see. You do?
I mean, we could tell them we want to unite everyone from Yaka. Like that, the Yaka mission.
Yeah.
Sai?
The caster looks at you gently.
I look expectant. I kind of just sit patiently, standing patiently, expectantly looking at Corin.
Corin does not like talking diplomacy, so Corin is struggling with this. Listen, apparently, a lot of you lot suck at existing on your own. We thought we could make it suck less by bringing all of you guys together, giving you beer and shit, helping you defend your villages. You guys clearly can't do on your own. And maybe you guys, I mean, you look pretty soft over there. Maybe you guys could use some help. We thought we could come by, help you guys out a little bit with that. And yeah, the nymph thing is something we're doing on the side to help other people, because apparently that's what the hell allies do for each other. And Jesus Christ, I don't know what else. What more do you need from me?
I love this character.
This is awesome.
I must say, in an unusual way, that was quite well spoken. I appreciate your honesty and bluntness, even if it lacks decorum. Why don't you take a load off on the other side of the river? There is a small tavern there, and there are many inns, and when I have looked into this matter somewhat on your behalf, I will find you there.
I want to do an insight check to see if I feel like they mean us ill will.
Please, make me an insight check.
I want to do an inside check on if he is lying.
Please, do that as well.
I'd want to as well, but Grub doesn't have any reason to believe that anything's out of the ordinary. He's just cool.
Yeah, I'd like to do an insight as well since I'm chatting with him. Yeah. Well,
Sure,
I don't know anything. This thing's got my mind all fucked up.
All right, minks, they don't seem violent. They don't seem like they mean you ill will. They seem more like tickled by you, sort of, you know, in the way that a cat might look upon a human who's playing with it and be like, what are you doing? And the human's like, oh, yay, this is so much fun. In sort of like a demeaning, I'm holier than you way. And Zai, what was your insight check for?
It was on if he actually plans on meeting us in this tavern.
Yeah, when you guys were talking about when you mentioned the halflings from Bastion and the nymph from 500 years ago or whatever, there was a look of recognition that passed between the various guards as if they knew exactly what you were talking about. And the inquiry into finding or seeking another nymph or whatever seems like something they are genuinely curious about and will seek out. You have every reason to believe they are honest with their words, even if they are a little standoffish, insulting, demeaning, in a calm way.
Got it. I tell Corin ahead of me, excellent job. I believe they will follow through. We have accomplished our goal here.
All right, sounds good. Do they step aside? Can we walk through?
No, we're going backwards. So I do a bow and I just step backwards. Thank you.
Peace be with you, friends, calls the caster out as you walk away.
Peace of what?
Peace of mind and of heart.
Where I find that?
Within.
Within who?
Within you.
That'd be real painful if I gotta dig in there. One time I do that because something gets stuck. Don't want to do that again.
Yes, Scrub, let us let them get to the very important investigations that they'll have to do. I kind of drag his hand.
Okay, bye-bye.
Music is
They
creepy.
watch you depart back over the river, back onto the human, half-elf, halfling, maybe a couple of dwarves lying around side of the river. And there's a bunch of shops, a bunch of houses, a whole bunch of like temporary living quarters, like inns, but on a larger scale, like temporary rental apartment sort of situation set up here. And everyone's going about their business, promptly sort of ignoring you. Most people are unarmed, which is very odd. Everywhere that you've been, except for Yaka itself, everyone is carrying some form of weapon, but the people here seem semi-unconcerned about that.
Is this a walled town? Like, it's only that entrance is the only place where things can come in?
Yeah, well, there's the river on three sides of it, and then there's like a barricade with a couple of towers on the one on riverside.
Is there any reason to assume like they're so casual?
Yeah, like, do we see like any type of fortification anywhere, or?
No, not really. I think people like you that have lived their whole lives in constant concern about the monsters might find yourself in an uncomfortable situation where you're not well defended enough, and that little barricade could easily be overrun by a T-Rex within a half a second without even worrying about it. And no one here is armed enough to fight off monsters if they came.
Mm-hmm.
So, something's fishy.
Are there guards?
Just the four
Just
that you
the
saw
ones.
at the entrance.
There's no guards patrolling the town?
No.
None.
I muse out loud. I wonder if there is some sort of illusion over this area.
When we came in, we had no trouble seeing everything, right?
Yeah, you walked right in.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do some sort of perception check to see if everything around me is real?
Yeah, give me an intelligence saving throw to try and see through the illusion.
Wait, you just said...
Yeah, that's really good. You focus your eyes. You look for signs of disturbances. Maybe a tree is bending in a way that it shouldn't bend, or maybe all of a sudden something moves as if there's an invisible creature behind it, or it's an illusion being placed over something. But you find no no sign of illusion. If this is some sort of magical effect, it's a really good magical effect. It's so good that a 19 on your saving throw won't cross it.
Okay, Grub has an idea.
Mhm.
Tell me about the animals here.
You see birds. Some birds of paradise, some cockatoos, some parrots. There are a few small little monkeys cruising around, and not the fire monkeys that are so annoying that you actually haven't run into yet in the jungle, surprisingly, but they exist. But like little tiny monkeys, like little spider monkeys that are running around and picking up anything that people drop, any little bit of food that they might leave behind.
Okay.
There are markets where these strange animals are being butchered and sold. You can see some pangolins cruising about too, and a little market stall where they're serving pangolin meat, and someone is trying to pangolin scale mail.
Is that like
sales.
an armadillo?
Yeah, it's kind of like a weird Southeast Asian armadillo.
That's
Grub
the thing
wants-
from Dota.
Grub wants to cast Speak with Animals
Oh,
on a monkey.
okay. I think you're gonna have to keep the monkey's attention for 10 minutes. So how do you keep the monkey focused on you while you ritual cast Speak with
That's
Animals?
easy. So Grub is going to take out his staff. Its staff, sorry. I didn't mean to assume its gender. It's going to take out its staff, and then it's going to attach some of the little, stones that it has and the little grub coins it has. And it's going to start doing the dubstep dance, dancing back and forth.
You're giving me a Rafiki is what you're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see. Give me an animal handling check. See if you can keep it focused while you
Animal
cast.
handling.
Yeah.
Can I get that at advantage, being that I'm a druid and I made a pretty good story?
Yeah. I'll give
Hell
it to you
yeah.
at advantage. Ooh, 10 is all you needed. Thank God you had that at advantage. The monkey is captivated by your little dance, and you can cast Speak with Animals upon it. Eventually, learning, being able to speak with it.
Hi!
Hello.
Hi!
Hi.
Hi!
Hi.
Hi! That goes on for some time. How you doing? You real good?
Yeah. What's in the stick?
Oh, it's
there honey?
real shiny. I show you in a minute.
Is there honey in there? It starts trying to pull out your stick.
Hey,
Are you hiding the honey?
where's what the fuck is your barbarian's name? Why am I
Minx?
blanking out? Minx. But I wouldn't know. Hey, fighter dude.
Wait, barbarian dude or fighter dude?
You.
Hello.
Hi, other fighter dude. You have real good piece of food like for Boo?
Yes.
Give to monkey thing.
All right, I give wait, hold on, let me check my backpack, see what it is. It's dried mangoes.
Oh, that's good. I'm having those. My girlfriend just got back from the Philippines. She got some of those. Oh my god, they're so good. They're
Who loves them?
ridiculous.
You give the monkey some dried mangoes, and it munches on the mango while staring directly in your face.
Hey,
Hey.
how
Hello.
come
Hi.
people here are not scared of Big Monster? How come you know scared of Big Monster here?
What big monster?
Any big monster like the ones that live outside?
It looks to Minx. That one?
Nah, even
It's not
bigger.
so big.
Yeah,
Oh, the big one?
yeah, real
Big
big.
scary lizard man?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How come not here?
Oh. It's safe.
Yeah,
No
how
monsters.
come?
What do you mean?
You know, other place they're monster, but here no monster. How come?
Because there's no monster.
Ever?
No, never.
Not know why?
Because they're not here.
How come humies don't have pointy stick?
Pointy stick? They have a
Yeah.
pointy stick all the time.
Only those humies on wall. No other humi have.
Well, and the monkey points across the river to the elven side, and then,
And then?
them,
Then what?
they have pointy stick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't
Why
know
do you
why.
not have pointy stick?
Huh?
Why do you not have pointy stick?
Because I talk to Tree like I talk to you.
Yeah, they
And
talk
then
to me
trees, and then trees do anything I want.
Okay, so Zai noticed this monkey pointing towards the elf. Doesn't understand anything, but it gets a moment of inspiration. Hey, Grub, ask this monkey if he's ever been to the other side.
Oh, hey, you ever been over there? Points over to the elves. He says yes.
Ask him how does he get there.
How you go there?
The underway.
Yeah. He says he goes underground.
Hey, that seems very useful. How do you do that?
Can you show us for more mango?
Yes. Give mango.
I'll give him another mango.
All right. The monkey will put the mango in his mouth and scamper on all four legs, his long tail waving in the air, and runs towards the bridge. Gets to the bridge, turns around, and waits for you guys to catch up.
Zai is very smart. We follow him.
Once
Great.
it gets to the bridge, the monkey eats part of its mango, puts the rest of it in its mouth wholly, and then scampers sort of up the side of the bridge, and then like goes underneath the bridge and crawls on the underside of the bridge.
Great.
Nice. All right, I observe that and take notes, and then I direct the group back to town.
You think that help us, Monk Man?
It means someday you could do that.
Yeah, probably. Maybe if I turn into monkey too. I think I can do that if I ask real nicely.
Yeah, I think you can turn into that. Right?
Yeah.
You're a druid.
What's that?
The monkey.
No, what's that?
You can turn into it.
Yeah. But you say
Yeah.
some word? Druid?
Oh, you don't know you're a druid, Grub?
A what? I'm a gobbo. I'm this gobbo's high.
I see.
Grub is a
Well,
grub.
It's the special word for the type of thing you can do, Grub. Druid.
Be a gobbo?
Okay. I
Okay.
just dropped the subject.
Grub also drops the subject.
Okay.
I take a look at this side. One of the missions that we're supposed to do is unite Solvang. I don't think we're going to get the elves, but the first step would be to get this side of the settlement over to our side. So perhaps we should go to whichever official government building is on this side.
You think? Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna ask anyway. So there you go.
I look around for the official government building.
Yes, you can find a rather tall pavilion building. It's got straight walls that come up, and it's a hexagonal shape, and it comes to a very point at the top that sticks about 10 feet above everyone else's building. It's the most impressive thing around. You can.
I glance around and I nod towards that one. I think that will be the place that we should talk to the government officials. Corin, you're doing so well. How about you lead the negotiations on this one?
What exactly are we trying to negotiate with these guys again?
Well, it's simple. I think these guys are the closest relations that the elves have. I'm sure these people have something useful to offer. We want to bring them into the Empire. The Alliance, rather.
All right, I'll do my best.
Okay.
Do we enter? We enter the building?
Yes, you can walk into the building, and there before you are a few people dressed in what look to be some sort of silk togas, standing around in this large, almost empty room. There are tables set up, but have nothing on them. There's seats behind them, sort of around the perimeter, but no one's sitting on them. The only people here are the four humans sort of near the front entrance, two of them leaning against various pillars that are holding up the ceiling, the other two standing around chatting. It is 3 women and 1 man. all
Does anyone
standing
look
about.
like particularly more or less important than any other person, or?
Yeah, one of the women here is wearing, I don't know what you would call it, like a sash that crosses her toga in the opposite direction. Looks like it has some sort of symbolic meaning that you're unfamiliar with.
Okay. So is it easy to just walk up? Are these people just approachable? There's no guards or anything?
Yeah, they're just hanging around chatting. You guys can walk into the room, and if you walk to within conversation range, it'll be pretty apparent that you want to speak to them. They'll turn to face you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so Corin kind of walks half shruggingly up to them, kind of like looking back at Zai with a sort of confused expression on his face.
I give Corin a look of approval. I nod.
Okay, approaching, I guess, the lady with the nicest looking outfit.
Mhm.
Corin says, "Hey,
Hello, traveler. Or should I say citizen? I don't recognize you, but it's clear you were born here.
not quite, but close. What are you guys really bad at?"
Excuse me?
Corin scratches his head. What are you guys really bad at? Somebody else could do for you.
You know, I've never been asked that, and I don't think I have an answer ready for you.
Corin kind of looks around for a second. Ever get attacked by any monsters? Ever run out of food? Ever wish you had more shiny metal objects? Need more entertainment? People to laugh at? I don't know. There must be something around here you guys lack.
She considers thoughtfully for a moment. I suppose the only things we lack are a propensity for violence.
We got plenty of that.
But that's not something we need to import.
Corin throws up his shoulders and looks back at Zai. I don't know what the hell these people want, Zai. What do I do from here?
Excuse me, what brings you to our town, fair travelers?
Why don't you start by answering that question? That seems like a good one.
So, me and my crew here hail from the great city, civilization of Yaka, even. We have brought a multitude of other clans into our fold. We offer them services. They offer us services. We all kind of work together. And, you know, we were wondering if it'd be possible to bring you lot into our fold. We think it'd be good for you, be good for us. I think it's something you ought to consider.
What does it mean to be within your fold?
Well, Corin looks around a little bit. You guys seem pretty bored here. Have you ever heard of beer or whiskey? Whiskey, beer? What would we call it? We just call it beer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Seems like you could liven the place up a bit. I don't know if you've ever had a drink or not, but, you know, maybe you trade a few goods to us. Maybe we ship down some beer to you. We have a happy relationship. We work together. We communicate with each other. We trade information. We help defend each other from attacks.
Beer's
that
like
kind of stuff.
crude wine made from wheat instead of from grapes, right?
Well, crude is a word you could use to describe it.
Haphazard? Amateur.
Man, you're pretty stuck up, aren't you?
I'm sorry.
Certainly
I just don't
not everybody
understand.
here can afford the best of elven wines, I'm sure. I'm sure there are some lowly underclass people that wish they could consume some sort of alcoholic beverage that can't quite afford the overpriced, incredibly tasteful wine that the elves are serving here. No?
Oh, they're not so bad. Do a little bit of service for them, and they shower gifts upon you.
When you say service, what kind of service do you mean?
From time to time, they have need of assistance with one matter or another, and you know, perhaps they want a pile of stones moved. They'll often conscript some people from here to move them from one side to another. You know, whatever needs doing. Most of their real work they do themselves, shaping trees into bridges, archways, houses, fortresses, even. But there are small works that they like doing, stories they like to tell, company that they enjoy visiting.
How do you feel about your partnership with these elves? you think they look favorably upon you? You guys seem more like tools.
I live a good life. Why would I complain?
So it's just about having nice stuff for you then, huh?
As opposed to what's it about for you?
Well, me, I like the fresh air of being out in the hunt, in the jungle. I like pulling a bloody arrow from an orc's corpse.
Oh my. Sounds quite violent.
Corin scratches his head, understanding that he's not quite getting through to the bureaucratic types.
Is that the way you would rather live? Fighting for existence? Ruthless battling one another?
I mean, I think it beats the hell out of being wrapped in silks here, talking to a whole bunch of other boring assholes, drinking elven wine, but...
You know, I jump in. There is a certain quality in your life that I admire. There is nothing I would like to do more than just sit around and sip some tea. What I would give for such a peaceful world.
Would you like some? We have been gifted some of the finest white teas from our fair friends across the river.
Goodness, I would love some.
Come with me. And she will take you back to a small fire burning in a fireplace, stoke it, get it going up a little bit, and put a beautiful teapot over a bar to boil over it. The teapot is made of...
Are you sure you want to drink from the Kool-Aid?
What? Of course.
Everything's really scary around here. What if it fucks with your brain?
Minsk, I don't even know what you might be implying. I'm fine.
If you turn into some sort of monster, I will kill you and let Boo eat your eyes. I'm just warning you.
Okay, Minsk.
Corin taps Minx on the shoulder. I think the biggest danger we'd have to worry about here is dying from boredom. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Drew.
Well, yeah, I take the tea, we sip. I'll just chatter about niceties, like nothing of real substance.
The tea, like.
Yeah, I just drink blindly. I'm not trying to. I don't think it's poison or anything.
She will serve you a nice cup of white tea, freshly picked from the youngest leaves, dried for just long enough to be good to soak in, and then served to you here. It is, how do you want to say? What's the word for it? Not tart, but potent, strong, flavorful, and at the same time sort of gentle in its strength.
Ah, this is so sublime. And you say that the elves offer you this for just manual labor?
Among other things, you know how trade and barter works. Sometimes labor, sometimes fruits, sometimes other goods we've picked up in the jungle, sometimes for storytelling and companionship. Their music is very different from ours, and our let's see, they do not like to learn our ways. They're very traditional. They don't learn our songs or play our instruments, but they do enjoy reveling in it. So they will come across the river and hear our ways without ever taking it home. We share our culture with them, and our food and our resources and our time and our effort, and they do the same.
My, what a prosperous relationship the two of you enjoy. What a wonderful land.
Are we all in here, or is it just Zai?
Yeah, all of you guys are in here.
Okay.
The other three humans that are here are standing around listening to the conversation. It's pretty clear that Corin feels out of his element, and that seems to amuse them, or almost tickle them.
I'll just ask the really open-ended question then. Do you see yourself being able to enter into any profitable negotiations with Yaka? I'm sure you know where that is.
It's one of those southern states, right? Violent men and women hiding behind walls of stone, preying on the daily for protection.
That sounds like home.
Yes, that is a good subject as well. Why is this place so well protected? I mean, it doesn't seem well defensible.
The creatures of the jungle have learned that this river is not one to be crossed, and rarely come into this, I don't know what you would call it, this depression or this loop of the river. And when they do, the elves are kind enough to open their arms and give temporary refuge to any people. We simply run across the river and hide, and then when the threat is gone, come back and rebuild what is destroyed.
Ah, I see.
Isn't it such an elegant solution to rely on one's ageless and faithful guardians? The same elves have guarded that side of the river since my great-great-grandmother was a child. They know our lives, our families, our history.
Hey.
Yes, little one.
What you call an elf girl with only one leg?
Oh no. What do you call her?
Lego lost.
All right, it's been about an hour. Let's take a break. That was terrible. No inspiration. Maybe lose inspiration. Let's take our first break here. Terrible. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Empires of Arcadia. You guys are here in Solving, which is just too damn peaceful, perhaps. There's this calm river that's flowing through. There's tropical birds around. No one's up in arms. No one's fighting over food. Everything is just sort of nice.
You think while I'm here, is there like a small store? I don't know how we were doing this, but like in terms of refilling arrows.
Mm-hmm. Yes, there is a market here on your side of the river.
Uh-huh.
And the market has an elf behind a counter, I guess you would call it, like a woven countertop or tabletop. And sitting on the counter are bows, arrows, some daggers, short swords, arming swords, some leather armor, some scale armor, as well as various other like luxury goods and other equipment.
Are there a lot of elves on this side, or just a few?
Just a few. You see maybe 5 or 6 elves in various market stalls, and then maybe a couple others walking around. It looks like the population is overwhelmingly skewed towards the non-elven side of things.
Does it look like there's a normal economy running here? Like what you would see in a normal town city?
Like a barter economy, not a coinage economy.
Okay, but people are working legitimate jobs?
Yeah.
Does the elf have weapons?
Behind the counter?
No, does the elf, is the elf armed?
Yes. The elf behind the counter does have an arming sword at his side.
So he's the only one in the city that's armed. But
the front guards are armed, and the elf at this table is armed. And if you take a look around and visit the other stalls, you'll notice all of the elves are armed.
But the guards at the front, are those humans or elves?
Humans. The human guards at the front are armed as well, but that's about it. No one else is, someone might have like a hatchet, but they're also working near some recently felled lumber. So maybe that's a tool, not a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And that woman over there is butchering a chicken, so she's got a big knife, but that's more of a chef's knife than a combat knife. And there's someone fishing in the river, but he's spear fishing, so that's not it's a spear, it could be used in fighting, but it's more of a tool of his trade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do the humans here, do they all look like warrior types, like really tough guys? Or are they all kind of like pasty, like fat white people like myself?
Well, none of them are pasty or fat because they live in the sweltering jungle. So they're exposed to a lot of sunlight and a lot of labor. But they do look softer than the people of Yaka look. They look a little bit more refined, a little bit maybe more relaxed about things. Yeah.
When did they say they were going to meet us at the tavern? They
didn't really give a specific time. They just said, wait for us and we'll come get you.
Can we just wait around until they come?
Once you get your arrows, we can just...
Yeah, how do we do the trade for the arrows? What was that?
That's a great question. You'll have to approach and figure it out the old-fashioned way.
Okay, yeah. I guess I'll walk up to one of the shopkeepers, whoever is in the archery or fletching store, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can find an elf here who greets you with a wave, a kind of awkward wave, and says, greetings upon you, fair traveler. What brings you here today?
I'm looking to pick up a quiver full of arrows over there. What do you normally trade for them?
He will pick up one of these arrows and spin it around in his hands, and you will notice the craftsmanship on this is far better than what you guys have. You use like flint arrows mostly, a stone that has been chipped away. This is very nice metal work with small little barbs here and there. The angle of the arrow is ideal and perfect, and when he hands it over and you hold it, it is especially well balanced. You can tell that these are superior arrows, and that they will do 1 damage die size higher of damage. So instead of doing, what do you have, a short bow? Instead of doing D6s, it'll do D8s.
I have a longbow. I do 1 D8.
Longbow, so instead of D8, it'll do D10.
Oh, okay. Corin is actually very interested looking at the craftsmanship
similarly,
here.
The bows here are of exceptional quality as well. They will have the same long range, but their short range will be 50% larger. So you won't get it'll be less often that you get attack penalties, disadvantage for being at long range.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, so Corin is obviously taking a look and is greatly interested in these arrows. and I guess the bow as well. What do you normally trade for these goods?
Well, it depends on what you have. What do you have to offer?
Corin looks over at Grub for a moment and considers trading him.
Hi.
Pretty light, but...
Oh, hey, fighty man, you want shiny thing?
Shiny thing? What kind of shiny thing do you have, Grub?
Lots of shiny thing.
Can
Grub
I
have 70 grub gold coins. Grub have 30 silver grub coins. Grub have 1 ugly stone. Grub have loses count. Some big expensive grub dark green grub stone. Those worth lots of money.
Can I do another check to see, like, especially if the weapons and stuff are real? Like, they seem like too good to be true.
Yeah. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom this time, okay.
Fucking elves, man. They're basically magical beings. Anything that they can make is, clearly they can do it better. You live 1,000 years, you learn how to make a better weapon.
Wait, when you were discussing the types of arrows and stuff, you were just describing it. That wasn't the shopkeeper trying to sell us them, right? That was what our eyes could see?
Yeah, that was what your eyes could see. That's what you can tell as a level 5 ranger, level 4 ranger.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, just making sure. Okay, yeah, I guess so I pick up Grub by the back of his tunic, I guess, and then hold him up when he's got his coins out or whatever. I don't know, do you ever use any coins like this around here?
Let me see what Grub has in terms of coins, because he sort of stopped talking partway through here. 70 silver Grub coins, 70 gold Grub coins, 9 Grub dark green jade,
from the
ugly
dragon
stone, I love Riki t-shirt.
He's still wearing that.
Oh, that's amazing.
The elf points to your I love Riki t-shirt. That's interesting. Where does this come from?
From Riki. Duh.
How unusual. I would love
You're
a
unusual.
trinket from the far southern lands. How about that shirt for a clutch of arrows?
No.
The clutch a commonly understood term? Or since I
Yeah,
don't know
20. Yeah, it'd be
Okay.
20 arrows. No?
Unfortunately, this shirt possesses a great sentimental value for my little friend here. I'm sure some of the silver or gold must be keen, or you must be keen on some of the silver or gold, no?
I think not. I wouldn't want to. No, thank you. Perhaps one of your dwarven friends would enjoy those.
Here, look at this. It pulls out a dragon tooth.
Oh, my.
It's from a big green meanie.
Yes, I see that.
Yeah.
You don't happen to have other bones from a dragon, do you?
Is this a bone? Pulls out some scales.
No, little friend, that is not a bone.
Then no.
I hold out a T-Rex tooth. I don't know if that's something he's interested in.
He shakes his head. No, but that's shirt. That's garment.
Yeah.
Ask him if he throws in the bow as well, then you'll do it. Say that a bow or a set of arrows is not complete without a bow.
I don't know if I could feel comfortable trading a whole bow and arrows for that shirt.
And
What?
our green
Yes?
friend is not comfortable leaving the shirt either. So
Oh, I see.
it is a hard trade for both. That means both are gaining something valuable.
I'll tell you what, in addition to the shirt, we'll throw in the story of how we got that shirt. Which
The elf
is,
seems... Go ahead.
which is, I'm sure, a story that would be worth a lot to your friends.
Yes. Yes. I think we can do business then.
Wow.
Tell me. Tell me about the
Wait.
town of Riki.
Grub lose shirt? What grub get? Grub get no grub thing.
Grub, this is worth it. Come on, the shirt.
Grub get no grub damn thing.
Wait. I pick up like a rock. Can I like make a quick check and see if I can see any rock that I think Grub would like?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there are rocks everywhere. And you know Grub, all you gotta do is tell him it's a pretty rock and he'll love it.
Yeah, okay. Grub, I
Huh?
will give you this. And
What's that?
Corin will be very happy with you.
Huh? Funny guy never care. He never say one word to me except pick me up. Now funny guy need my thing. Now he talk to me. Grub know what this is. Grub looks stupid, but Grub real smart.
Corin looks down at Crub. He scratches his head a little bit. He gets down on one knee and kind of talks to Grub. Grub, you know how upset you get sometimes when you talk to the trees, but they still don't keep all the orky men from beating up on you?
Yeah, that made Grub real upset.
He points to one of the bows on the wall. You know, if I had one of those bows,
Uh-huh.
I'd be able to take out those guys that attack you from clear over 300 feet or yards. What is the 150? What are the units in this? Are we calling them feet or meter? Like my bow range is 150, 600. Is it feet or?
Yeah, so it's 150 feet and then
Yeah.
600 feet. So your short range would be 300.
300.
No, 150 plus 75 plus 50% of that. So
Oh, plus 50, so 225.
that's the
Wow.
one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'd be able to clear these targets from over 200 feet away, Grub.
How far that?
Imagine if you laid an orc guy on his back
Yeah.
and you lined up. What is an orc, like 3 feet tall? Or a goblo? I'm sorry, Gabi. Gabi is like 3 feet tall, right?
How many gobos?
You could lay like probably 70 or 80 gobos on their
70?
back, and I could shoot an arrow clear over that.
Wow. Okay, Grub maybe give shirt, but for Grub to give shirt, you answer one question.
Sure then, Grub. What do you want?
Grub looks at them. Big eyes. Do you like Grub?
Wait.
Corin
Is
looks at
Corin
Grub.
still under the spell that he has to tell the truth?
No, fuck no. Corin's
No,
so
you're
glad
no
he's
longer. on
Corin
that
looks
spell.
at Grub, and Corin says, "You know what, Grub? You're not half bad."
Grub gives him the shirt.
All right. It is so. The shirt gets traded. You get 20 elven arrows and 1 elven longbow. Please.
That was too easy. I'm suspicious.
When you...
That was my favorite.
You'll have to remember which arrows you're using for their damage counts and work it yourself.
Sure thing.
So wait, so he got a better bow and better arrows?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the bow is okay. But
Yeah, if we
the
start
arrows are
keeping
really
damage
good.
meters here, we're gonna like looking pretty small soon.
So my range goes to 225 out of 600?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I think I have it added.
Wait, we have to give them a
Then-
story.
Yes, we
Right.
need the story of how you got this shirt. And just anything you have on the people of Riki, such a far and distant land. The wonders of it, I would desire to know deeply.
Okay, well, a resident storyteller, I would say one who could tell you the best story would be Minsk. Why don't you
I
tell?
actually can't remember how we got the t-shirt.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Would be. I looked at him as I was about to say the word, and he's like shaking his head. Would be grub. I finished the sentence.
Grub what?
Tell the elf about Riki and how you got that shirt.
Yeah, okay. So, this one time we going through the big woods and we find a bunch of books, like the guys that read them. They look at the book and then they talk to the book and then the book does things. So we talk to them and we walking around and then we go to store and Grub love shopping. Grub love buying everything. So
I do not mean to interrupt you, fair child, but
next part really
perhaps-
important.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay, so we have the shop, right?
Since you gave us a good price, I will offer to be the translator.
Thank you.
As Grub was saying, Riki is a town populated of wizards, so they read these things. As you were going, Grub?
Okay, so we's in theirs, and then they give us as we's finds as like big looks to Zai. It made of metal?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we had in our adventures found an ancient stone tablet. No, not stone, bronze tablet.
Yeah.
It was.
From
Yeah.
killing a dragon.
Oh yeah, from Big Green meeting where I got this tooth.
Yes, it is possible that as people as wise as yourselves, perhaps you've heard of such bronze tablets yourself. I look for any recognition.
The elf before you nods and speaks softly. Yes, this tablet that you speak of with things carved into it that represent sounds that can be translated as language. We are familiar with such techniques. They were never lost to our people.
Yes, it's
Okay.
incredible. It's called writing.
Yes, it is. It is quite a useful tool, especially for people like you whose lives come and go like the changing of the winds.
Okay, so story not over. So we give that thing to bookmen,
Yes.
and then as part of gift back trade,
Mm-hmm.
they take me to gift shop. And in gift shop, Grub get anything Grub want. And so
Wow.
Grub shoes, I love Riki t-shirt. And Grub
Grub has
have ever
made-
since.
Grub has made an excellent choice.
You think
Such
so?
a rare, wondrous item. I'm glad to possess it myself now.
Yeah, Grub pretty sad that it's gone, but maybe Fighty Man be able to shoot real many gobbo far now.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Tell me, of these people in this town, were many of them, how might you call them, wizards or shamans, sorcerers? Many people there who could wield magic?
Grub talk to trees sometimes and it do thing.
But in Riki, are there many people there who can spin magic?
Well,
You know,
Grub
I
was
think
in
back to
Riki, so
myself,
yeah.
were they all magic casters? As far as I could tell.
I think they were all wizards, right?
People that we talked to were, but
There
don't
were
know
a
if, like,
couple
everyone
of
in the
people
village
who
was.
looked. Yeah, there were a couple of people who looked like they were clearly fighters, but they might have had some small amount of magic training. Definitely, it looks like the people in charge were spellcasters. It's probably not 100% of the population.
Oh, I don't interrupt. I let Grub tell the story.
That whole story.
Oh, he asked the question.
What was the
I'll let
question?
Grub answer. He asked if there were any spellcasters there.
Oh, some people, yeah, they real big in books, and they do a thing. What the thing they do? They make weapon real strong with whispers to it. They tell weapon, hey, you be strong now, and then it is. Grub tried that on his stick, but it don't work.
Really? How many of their people can perform such feats?
They say take real long time, and maybe cost them something too.
How many of their people could do such things?
We talk one guy, but maybe more guy
one.
too.
I see. And this writing that they have, is it limited to simply tablets made of brass?
Grub don't know what you're talking about.
Well, because you have offered us such an excellent deal, I will show you something that will astound you. I pull out the map.
Wait, before as I
sorry.
pull it out, Corin kind of like puts his arm and is like, hold on here. We've given this guy a fantastic Grub story. He's got a one-of-a-kind collectible shirt. I feel like maybe we can get another, not a snatch of arrows. What did you call it?
Clutch.
A clutch. Maybe another clutch of arrows in exchange for allowing him to lay his eyes on this wondrous invention, the Wizards of Riki.
I pause for a moment and nod. One clutch of arrows will be a very small price to pay for even glancing at this.
Of course. And he goes and pulls from underneath the woven reed table another band of arrows tied together with a bit of string.
I just no, like my character's just not buying this. I want to do another test. Especially now, my character's just like I want. Like that's definitely.
If Ziz isn't getting item upgrades, you have to understand this is a full-time Path of Exile streamer. If he's not getting item upgrades every 20 minutes, he just thinks there's something wrong with the game.
There's like 100% these guys are gonna kill us in like 10 seconds or something.
Sure, give me another insight check.
Insight now.
Yeah. This elf is genuinely curious about these stories and seems very interested in the contents within. It hurts Mink's brain. He doesn't understand. Stories? For weapons? How can such a trade be made? It's unfair. You worked so hard to get those dwarves to build you that weapon, and they're taking so much time to do it, and you walk into this elven village and they're just like handing people weapon upgrades for stories? What is the meaning of this?
So, do you make axes?
Axes?
Okay, so it's a skull with a table on it, I take it. I'm going to flatten the map on the table, but I'm leaving like the bottom 1/4 of the map hanging off on our side. So Riki is off the map.
Very clever. Okay.
As you can see, I say, as I let him gaze across this map, this writing has allowed the entire map of this island to be drawn. How incredible. You can see the mountains, I'm pointing those out, the water. Here's our town if you ever want to visit, and point out Yaka.
The elf looks upon it and smiles, and then says, I believe some of it is, what's the bottom of it look like? Can you see the old, do you have the town of Nakrot mentioned? Or Shelter Bay?
Why no, I don't. I had never heard of this.
Oh, no Nakrot, no Shelter Bay. Are they not standing anymore?
They must not be.
Show me the map and I will point them out to you.
I'm afraid I cannot allow people to touch this map. it is too valuable, and it must be handled with the utmost care.
The elf reaches over to a tree and pulls out a leaf and says, "Then I shall use this to gently point to locations upon the map. I shall not touch it myself."
Oh, well, okay. Sure. That seems like a good trade. I'll leave the map on the table. I'll even push it up a bit so that whole map is seen.
Okay. The elf will touch this place and say, "This is where the city of Nokraat was. And here is where the town of Shelter Bay was," pointing to the bottom right-hand corner of the map.
Goodness, that sounds incredible. What were those cities?
Before the storms came and the mountains rose, Nokraat was the center of a great civilization here. A town, a city even, run by humans and their friends. So corrupt, so selfish and greedy were they, that when the storms came and the mountains rose first under Nokraat, demolishing the city, sending its contents scattered for miles around. It is there that the great and powerful wizards and fighters of ages past lived. And it is there they all died.
What a shame, and what of Shelter Bay?
Shelter Bay suffered a wave. She looks down at Grub, the size of 100 gobos.
100?
100 gobos crashed upon the town, drowning those within. Those that managed to survive quickly fell prey to the new creatures that roamed the jungles.
It was a whole wave of gobos, and that's why there's so many gobos here. That's how I got here?
No, my dear friend, that is not how you got here.
Oh.
Do you not know how goblins came to be?
I think we pop out of ground, right?
Something like that, yes.
You tell Grub?
Would you like the story?
Yeah.
How about for that shiny rock, she says, pointing to one of your rocks.
Which one?
I don't know. She points to one of your rocks.
I have one that I just got from Minx that I really like.
It's not that one.
One barbarian, one Minx rock.
Swear to God, if you give up gemstones for lore, I'ma kill you.
Yeah, they point to the dark green jade.
Grub starts reaching for it.
I will swear to fucking God.
You gotta stop him.
Look, I smack it out of his hand and go, no!
But how we learn where Gobbo be?
Lore Omega lol.
What? I want to know where Gobbo come from.
Certainly you would not deny him his search for knowledge. His quest for the truth of who he is, where he comes from.
I don't know where I'm from. I don't need to know.
I'm going to do a thinking action. Do I think our priest knows where Gabo comes from?
I mean, everyone's got their story of how the world came to be. I'm sure if you asked a priest, they would give you an answer.
Okay, I'm going to
the elf
pause.
has the actual answer.
I'm going to say, wait, our priest knows where Gabo came from.
What's a priest?
You know, I think about the guy who's in charge. I forgot his name.
Didgeridoo. How could you forget that name?
Yeah, Didgeridoo knows.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we don't need to pay this off the stone.
Okay. Puts the stuff away.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It's an interesting story involving a torrid love affair between the deities.
What?
Torrid.
You would not appreciate such a story.
Porridge? You got
Have some
food?
other.
Yes, the story does involve porridge as well.
Grub like food. See,
But
Grub
you
thing.
piqued my interest. I interrupt Grub by talking about this wave of goblins. I remember that I had heard while visiting Bastion that you conducted your trade with Bastion by sending ships over. I thought that was impossible because of the Kraken.
Oftentimes that is the case, but certain well-crafted vessels can be sailed by careful means and bound with magic and make our way from one place to another as long as we stick close to shore. That said, it is uncommon to head that way. I don't think it's been done in a year or so.
I see. Well, that is how you get all your fine wine, so you're probably due for another trip soon.
Is that what they have led you to believe?
Yes, unless you grow your own grapes, I question.
Yes. We do, on the sides of the mountains.
You think Grub could get, just starts talking. You think Grub could get so powerful, Grub could get big wave of gobbo and create even more gobbo?
I didn't mean to confuse you, little one. There was no such thing as a wave of gobbos.
How you know? You never see one. About time for one.
Yes, little one. Yes, one day you will gain that power. I see it in your future.
Grub starts running around in circles.
Is there anything else? The elf says, sort of looking over your map with his leaf, examining the things that you have marked on it.
There's nothing else besides like bows or.
There are some, not at this elf, but at a different elf's little section. There are short swords, daggers, and arming swords. There are no axes, unfortunately. You can find some little bits of armor, leather armor, and scale mail, particularly.
Javelins, hand axes?
No javelins, no hand axes, no. But there's like also traveling equipment. There is nice silk rope. There are bedrolls, that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Any druid spell books?
That sounds useful. How like thick or like how like sturdy is the rope?
It is thin rope that is made from silk, so it has the strength of thick hempen rope, but with the weight of thin silk rope. So it's strong and light.
That sounds useful.
Yeah, if we need rope. I mean, we haven't used much. I don't know what else we have left to trade, but.
I mean, if the price is right, I guess. Feel free to go for it.
Yeah? What would he want for rope?
You can trade with a separate elf for rope. The elf, let's see. You have Boo. The elf wants Boo.
You cannot have Boo!
No? What a strange creature. I have not seen one, maybe in 700 years?
Well, would you like to trade the story of how Minsk met Grub for the rope?
No. That is not of particular interest to me. No offense.
Boo is one of the
Would
old
you
gods.
like to trade the story of how this creature slew a dragon for the rope?
You point to Boo?
Yeah.
The elf blinks a few times and says,
Hey, wait, before you decide, if you say yes, Grub also tell you a joke. Real funny joke.
I believe you not at all that such an herbivore could slay such a beast. And
it's true, Grub see.
While there is a time and a place for stories of fiction and comedy and mirth, I do not believe it is worth the hours spent harvesting spider silk for this rope.
Is there nothing else he wants for the rope, like gems or something?
Yeah, if you offer up a gem, they will take one of your gems for the rope.
Grub has elven silk that you put in his inventory. I don't remember where we found it. It was like an episode or two ago. It's not.
It's in the
It's
orc
from the
camp.
orcs.
Oh right. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Maybe we can
Grub
swap
could-
the silk for the rope,
Grub
yeah.
could pull it up and say, if you're looking for silks, here is silks. So you don't have to worry. We just take silkies and silk rope for them.
Ooh, the elf picks up the silk fabric that you have and says, my. Where did you come across this?
We kill real big orc.
There's no way this could fall into the hands of orcs.
Then how come it did?
These orcs had raided the halflings, so the halflings were probably the ones with it.
I see. Well, it should be returned to the fold if you will not be using it yourself.
We'd be using the rope you give us in exchange.
That is what I mean, she says.
Yeah, it's what me mean too.
Is there
Well,
anything
then, I believe
special
we
with
have a
the
deal.
pup?
Wait. I take a look at that. How much fabric is on this elven fabric?
My God, Grub doesn't have weights for anything he carries.
You just said it was like a. You said it was a bolt of silk. It was
Right.
Yeah. It was
A bolt of silk, so it weighs maybe a pound.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I don't think he said bolt. I think he said barrel full, didn't he? Sorry.
No,
There
it's-
It was in a barrel, but it wasn't a barrel full.
5 barrels, Pog? We're rich.
A boat full of it.
My current suspicion is that this is a really imbalanced trade. Can I do an inside check to confirm that?
Well, the clothing is of no value to you whatsoever. The rope is of considerable value to you. This is an imbalanced trade in your favor.
Damn.
Let's just take it.
You're saying that you're saying that as if we think it has no value, but I'm pretty sure that thing has like an incredible amount of value as rare elven fabric.
This elven silk.
Yeah.
Okay,
fabric.
but here's
I mean, you can find elven silk clothing here in town as well for sale if you would like.
But the other thing too is that we are literally trading elven silk for elven silk, except this is elven silk in rope form. So
Yeah,
it's
no,
What
literally-
Trump is worried about is that like this raw elven silk could be used to spin like 1,000 yards of the silk rope. That's
Oh.
what Trump is worried about.
Well, that or like very fancy clothes or whatever it would be used for. It looks like a super luxury item.
It is a luxury item, and the rope is a practical item. So
what's so good about the elven rope?
It's lighter and like really, really.
There are
solid.
two
Lighter
types
and
of rope.
stronger.
Yeah, in Koibu's world, you've got thick rope and then you've got thin rope. Thick rope can hold way more than thin rope, but it obviously weighs. Is it twice as much? So
Three
the
times
elven
as much.
3 times as much. So the elven rope has the same strength as a thin rope, or as a thick rope, but it has the same weight as a thin rope. So it's more
Mhm.
compact.
All right.
Okay, fine. I'll let it go.
Okay.
Hey, here you go.
I'll
The
carry
trade is
the rope.
made. You, Minx, please add 50 feet of elven rope to your character sheet.
I have
And
dumped
we-
the elven silk.
Pull
How
up
much does it
some-
weigh?
I'm pulling it up right now. It weighs. It's gonna weigh you. Hold on, that's the wrong book. I don't want to look at that book. I want to look at this book.
Mithril silk, Pog.
It weighs 5 pounds and is 50 feet long.
Easy.
Actually, pretty useful. If you want me to carry it, I could do cool monk things with it.
Like
Sure.
what?
Sure.
I don't know. I'm sure I could come up
Yep.
with something. All right, I'll put
removed it.
5 pounds of
Mithril
monk
rope.
rope. Yep, because you have normal rope already, right?
Yeah, I think that's part of my backpack.
Okay, well then I'll also have rope now.
So Koibu,
Yes, sir.
I've been wondering this for a while. There isn't really anything that Grub needs, right? Like basically it's just levels as a means of power. Like there's no better weapons, there's no like better armor or things like that. I can't get new spells, right? Because I have them all if I prepare them. So I just chill. Are there trinkets? Any magic? Would there be any magical items in this town since it is elves?
Yeah, you want to look around? You can find light stones being traded for over here as well. These are stones that will shed light in a 60-foot radius that is as bright as daylight. They can't be turned off other than to completely cover them with something opaque. And because it's only a stone, you could tie it to a weapon or go to a craftsman and have them set it inside of a weapon or inside of like a shield or some armor. And that way you could emit bright light when you're in darkened situations. The only problem is that you would also want to be able to turn the light off or have a way of covering it at night so you don't attract all the monsters in the area to your campsite.
That sounds
How-
OP. I struggle with
how-
darkness.
How long would the light be lasting? How long does the light stone last?
Forever.
What?
It's a permanent light stone, permanently shedding light in a 60-foot radius for
That
all
sounds
time.
OP. We
Busted.
like literally need that. We struggle so much
Okay.
with dark encounters right now. Can I eat it?
The stone? You could swallow it, of course.
What would happen?
You would swallow a rock.
Oh.
Yeah, but would it be like glowing inside of his stomach, or would it be considered covered?
There is only one way to find out.
You could certainly try.
I could look like Dr. Manhattan.
Okay, well, seems like we're all interested in this, so let's go to the Lightstone vendor.
Excellent. Yeah, you can trade. The vendor will offer you one of your gemstones for the Lightstone.
Okay, I'm doing
Sold.
another test, dude. I'm doing
Sold.
another.
Sold.
We have 9, and apparently they're very valuable. Remember that the dwarves were willing to take us 2 ways and then like add in a bunch of shit for it too.
Was it insight?
No,
Yeah,
They
give me another
probably
insight
allow-
check here.
I'll credit some point.
Yeah, the elf doesn't seem to think that the stones are all that valuable, but you know that elves can see in the dark anyway. So this is something that they've made and that they're trading for people and that they don't really have very much use for.
Now,
but they
I
like your
think-
gems.
I think we should up the stakes here. We have 9 gems, you said?
9 total left. Yeah, we started with 11 or so. I don't remember what
Would
we
you
started
be
with, but
willing to? I'm going to ask the elf. I think we need more than one of these. What we've got is a bunch of gems, and you've got a bunch of stones. So how about we trade 5 of our gems for 8 of your stones?
no, we don't need 8. What do we need those for?
No, we need them.
Well,
Trust me.
do you have like very clever things? So for me, I don't need one ever. It's literally of no benefit
think
to
he
me. It helps
means-
Minx.
I look. I grab them and I say, these things are worth more than the gems.
Yeah, I agree. I see what
Oh,
Trump's doing
okay.
here. He wants to trade them in other places.
Sure.
Okay, so okay. Oh, I see what he's doing. He's trading 5 for 8, so we have more leveraging power later with each. Okay,
With other
Anyway.
people, yeah.
big brain.
It is
Sometimes
so.
he did it.
Yeah, they'll take the deal. They'll take 5 of your green, your jade stones in
Okay.
exchange for 8 of their light stones.
So we have 4 dark green jades left and 8 light stones.
Yes.
Okay.
Each of the light stones is about the size of this D20.
Okay.
Can they?
Small. You can hold it in your hand. If you, never mind. Go ahead.
Grub will put them into the druid pouch he has.
Would they be possible for them to like? Oh, I'm getting a new axe soon anyway. I'll let the dwarves do it. Never mind.
Okay.
I feel concerned about how easy that was, but I still think it was a good deal. So we'll put. How about we all hold one of those in our backpack so we can
Yeah.
have a source of light, and then Grub can just hold on to the 4 of those.
Yeah. And
Take a look at this stall. Also, how many light stones are here?
On display, there were only 2, but when you asked for so many, there were the the purveyor reached under the table and grabbed a few extra. There could be 1,000 more hidden under that table for all you know.
Grub
Alright.
has 5. So Grub puts the remaining light stones into like the druid pouch he has to cover them.
I
I talked
asked.
to Grub for a moment. Hey, you know how to make a stone into light too, right?
What you mean?
Like, you can talk to stone and make it glow? Yes?
Yeah, you light on fire.
Without lighting it on fire? The light spell? Grub?
No.
What? You don't know how to do that?
Nope.
You're a druid!
A what?
I dropped the subject.
Grub also drops the
I
subject.
asked the elf if it has a nymph locator rock.
A nymph locator rock.
I'm just trying, dude.
Oh, my dear friend, do you wish to gaze upon a nymph? Do
Yes.
avert your eyes. They can be dangerous for your kind.
Nah,
Says
I
the-
want one.
Smile. We often want what we cannot have.
No, I need one.
Need?
Yeah,
It's
the
a very
hobbit.
strong word. All we really need are food, water, shelter, clothing. Everything else is a luxury.
Hmm. Should we go back to the tavern and just wait now, or is there anything else anyone wants to
When
do?
we're gone for a moment, I'm going to huddle the group. Hey, I think we should trade the rest of these gemstones, 1 for 3 for the light stones.
I don't. I disagree. I think we should keep the rest of them.
No,
I
because
think these light stones are only viable here, purchasable, and they are extremely valuable.
that's possible, but this could literally also be the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals, and we're actually getting super fucked. And then we go to these places, they're like, oh yeah, we have like tons of those. We can't know that. So
We can come back
we've
here
never
later and
seen
trade
one
for
of these
more.
before. This is incredible. Like, Zizaran's reaction was totally right. These are overpowered.
they are, and I think we can get them good value from them from certain cities, but we don't know how valuable the dark green jade ones are. And everyone that we've ever talked to has reacted like these are insanely valuable. We only have 4
We
left.
did kill, like, you guys did kill a dragon for them. I think you're underestimating how, like, awesome they are.
They might be insanely powerful. Yeah. We shouldn't do any more. We have 8. We have 5 to trade with. You guys each have 1. We have 5 to trade with. We can do something later.
I think we
Okay,
go
fine.
wait for the nymph
Yeah,
brigade.
we'll have more information later. That's fine.
Okay. So you guys are gonna just spend the rest of the time waiting. You will find that there are some, after asking around, there are some houses here, just like empty buildings that are just empty, and that people who come and travel through here or trade with, come to trade, can use. They're not really owned by anyone, and whoever built them died some time ago, long ago, and just left them. And the town isn't particularly big, so you just have places to stay in this sort of odd little
And
town.
no one cares that we just go into these houses and chill?
Yeah, they're empty houses, unclaimed. It looks like there's room for a few hundred people here, but the population isn't nearly at what it is at capacity.
There's these empty houses. There's room for a few hundred people there.
Like the total population of the town, let me rephrase. There are enough buildings and houses within the town to support a population of maybe 300 or 400, but the present number of people in town is only around 250, 300. So
Do you know, has
it's like
anyone
that
watched
weird-
Stargate? There's an episode of Stargate where, like, the people are just disappearing.
I was thinking of that weird, that like conspiracy theory that like the government builds all those like houses and then they just hang out there and no one knows what they're for.
No.
Okay, sorry, I watched too much Joe Rogan. Can we keep going? Anyway,
Wait,
it's
so
weird.
Before we set up for the night, we should just hang out in the tavern and see if the guy comes.
the guy does not come that day,
Okay.
nor the next day, nor the day after that. But on your 4th day in town, in the mid-afternoon, you hear horns being blown from the front of town, from the entranceway. A series of, what would you call them? Like hunting horns,
Yeah.
followed by the sounds of a large creature stomping through the jungle. You can hear the sounds of branches breaking, of twigs snapping, and then come the cries and the screams of the people as everyone begins to run
They're gonna blame us.
for the river.
Is this during
and
the day?
This is during the day. You're taken a little bit by surprise, as once the horns start going off, the people that are regulars here immediately bolt, grabbing whatever they have on their hands, and make for the bridge that crosses the river.
Is this?
Do they
is
look
this
like
the
they've done this
Trollaroo?
before?
I'm sorry, there were 2 questions. I couldn't hear either of them.
Wait.
Do they
is,
look like
No
they've
one.
done
Somebody
this
asked him. Somebody asked him. Trollaroo.
Is it a Trollaroo?
No, you can't see it yet.
Do they look like they've done this before?
Yes.
Okay, so it's all like, okay.
This is a perfect chance to get to the other side.
This
Let's
is a
go
perfect
together.
chance to get infinite arrows for Corin.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. No, wait. So we're inside one of these abandoned houses, kind of. And then
You're
we
in
hear
the local tavern.
Oh no, we're in
Or
the
you-
local tavern when the horns
Yeah.
go off. Okay.
Yeah, when the horns go off and people begin to flee. There are a few people who look confused and perplexed about what is happening. These must be other travelers or traders that have arrived. But most of the people begin to flee. And as you step outside to see what all the commotion is about, you can see stomping in your direction is a pair of T-Rexes. And I think here is where we will take our second break. When we come back, we'll see what the party decides to do about the T-Rexes. See you on the other side.
Devin's trying to hit a few bingo spots right now. So.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Empires of Arcadia. The T-Rexes are coming for you. What are you guys doing?
Grub is scratching his head right now, wondering if he remembers some...
I remembered I had more spell slots to prepare than before, chat, and Koibu's trying to hold them back from me.
Okay, while he's doing that, can I
prepare more spell slots during your next long rest?
We're standing
the middle of the bingo square. I'm mad.
We are standing in a tavern, right? And we can hear.
You've just walked outside of it.
We've walked outside a tavern. We see a whole bunch of people running in some direction.
Yes, towards the river.
And then some tourists or travelers, we assume, are staying behind at the tavern, kind of confused.
They're a little confused, but then they see the T-Rexes and they begin to run.
Well, let's go to the river. I start heading that way.
Yeah, I start running as well.
Do what everyone else is doing.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the river. He goes to the river. What about the other two of you?
Yep,
what about
following to the river? Yeah. Sounds
okay.
Like a good idea.
You guys
following them very angrily.
You can hear the cries behind you as a T-Rex runs into a horde of people, grabs a couple of them in a single mouth bite, shakes them back and forth until half their body flies away, and then swallows the remaining half. The other T-Rex comes over and stomps a few buildings, leveling them completely.
Holy shit.
Yep.
How are they going to deal with this?
Well, you guys are running, so that's your way. It looks like everybody's running at this point as the T-Rexes begin to devastate the town. No one is putting up a resistance. And that's when you guys, making your way through the winding streets of Solvang, arrive at the river. There it is. There is the double bridge spanning the river, which is at this point clogged with people trying to get over.
Okay.
You push onto the river.
We get in line.
You get in line. And the line moves as quickly as it can. The T-Rex approach, destroying another couple of buildings, grabbing a few stragglers, and that is when one of the elven wizards speaks a few words.
Shit. Let's go.
Holds something in its hand and sprinkles it over the air, pointing at the T-Rex from about halfway across the bridge. When the T-Rex all of a sudden kind of shrinks up a little bit and starts bashing around, unable to move, sort of running into something solid, but something that's not there, something that it can't see, that you can't see, but is clearly holding it in place. It also looks like the T-Rex is now a little slightly hunched by it. Like it can't stand up to its full extent.
That is a powerful wizard.
It's only doing that to one?
To one. The other T-Rex takes no note of this and continues to stomp on things and go after whatever it looks like could be edible, including little people. You can see a pair of dwarves who live in this city and have slower movement rates than everybody else because they're dwarves, huffing and puffing and trying to make it to the bridge in time as people at the bridge call for the dwarves to keep running! Don't look back! And let's get
wait! As they're running, are they going to make it?
How would you know?
Well, are we watching? We can see if they're shouting at them. Yeah, so if they're shouting at them, we can see them running. Does it look like they're making it, or is there a T-Rex like quickly?
There's a T-Rex on its tail, on their tail. Yeah.
We should help.
Okay. Yeah. You're gonna have to help me with this. So I prepare. What size is a T-Rex?
Huge.
How far away are the dwarves
The
from
other
us?
one is being like stomped by the
150
wizard.
feet.
Should we just like KO this last
Yeah.
one?
So since this is a large T-Rex, trip attack has no impact on it, right? I'm putting
Correct.
Battle Master in the check. Okay, yeah. I can't use a disarming attack to hit like its leg or something. We've never.
Correct. The T-Rex has natural weapons that cannot be disarmed.
Okay, as the T-Rex is running and closing in on the dwarves, I would like to prepare 4 of my normal arrows. Because I believe I still have my one quiver equipped. I didn't declare a different one. Okay. And I will take 2. How far out are these?
The T-Rex, the dwarves are 150 feet. The T-Rex are another 50 feet beyond that, so about 200 feet.
Convenient. All right, I will go ahead and take 2 shots with my elven longbow.
Give me 2 rolls to hit.
26 is a hit.
26 is an easy strike.
I'll add a trip attack to it, I guess. So that's going to be 11 damage total.
Okay, let me roll our T-Rex HP. You hit it for 11 damage. Let's see.
I would like to pop my action surge then, and I'm going to do 2 more shots as well. Okay.
Go for it. 14 hits.
And then 27.
Easy.
I'm going to add 2 more superiority die. So 9 more damage, and then 17 damage. So 26.
So 26.
Yep.
All right. The T-Rex is down about a quarter of its HP after you fire 4 arrows at it, 2 hitting in the face, 1 in the chest, 1 sailing over its shoulder.
How dense is the crowd around us? Could I move towards the dwarves?
Same.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna double move towards the dwarves. My movement speed is
40.
Might be
Heck
higher
yeah.
now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's
My
a
movement
monk.
speed
They
is
get
55, so I will move 110 feet towards the dwarves.
I'm at 80.
Wow. Zai, the old man, runs fast, arms flapping behind him in the wind as he bypasses the dwarves who are chugging and puffing at their 50 feet around towards you guys.
We still have the world map, by the way.
Yeah.
I did
there's
not bypass the dwarves, notably. I ran 110 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you get past the dwarves because you said they were 150. I don't know if you care
They're
about
150. The dwarves can move 50 towards you, and he moves 110 towards them.
All
so
at
you
the same
pass
round,
them
gotcha.
by
All right, that's fine.
10 feet. Yep. And I will ask everyone to roll me initiative. We're going to do this battle sort of theater of mind-ish without an actual battle map.
Wait,
You want everyone to roll your initiative?
Anyone that wants to act, here. I'm going to bring you to this map. It's not an accurate map. I don't expect you guys to run away, so there's not a map of the river. Go ahead and roll from here. If
You
feel
wait,
better.
you didn't expect us to run away?
No, I thought you guys would stay and fight.
Do you want me to just roll while I actually have it clicked, or?
Oh, this is a cool
I got
map.
you your initiative roll.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Then Grub is here with a 10.17. Where's Elf Boy? Where is it? There we go. And you can roll. Ooh, you get a 18 point that. There we go.
As I breeze past the dwarves, I shout at the T-Rex, I would make for a much more nutritious meal.
Okay, these distances are not accurate, nor is the shape of the town because you guys are much closer to the river, but more or less, T-Rex, Zai, rest of the party.
Wait, I should be closer, right? Because I double ran.
Oh, you double ran too, yeah. So you're close enough to the T-Rex that you'll be able to move into it and engage it next on this round. Corrin is the first one to go.
I will ready 2 more arrows, and I will take 2 more shots.
Wait, can he stun a large creature? Because then he would get an advantage.
Well, we're doing individual initiative this time for some weird reason, and Corrin is going first. So, Corrin, take your shots. Ooh, terrible shot and a nice one. The arrow lands in the T-Rex for...
That's my
6
final
points of
superiority
damage.
die, and then 6 and 12, so 18.
Very nice. Minsk.
Alright, I rage,
Mm-hmm.
and I leap at its face. And I summon my Great Axe inside its skull twice.
Go for it. 18 hits. 10 is a miss. Whoosh, going well underneath its arms. Some damage, please, sir.
12.
All right. The 12 damages to the T-Rex's like lower belly section where you can actually reach it because it's a tall creature. It's like 15 feet high.
Wait, I hate to interrupt this, but how far away are these people? Like, I thought the T-Rex is really far away.
the T-Rex was 100 and the dwarves were 150 feet from you. The T-Rex was 50 feet further from that. You guys closed to the dwarves last round and are now roughly closing with the T-Rex this round. We don't have a battle map, so the exact distances are going to be a little fuzzy, but Minx can be there because he beat you in initiative. Yeah. And that is when our elf will cast another spell. Where is it here? That's what it's called. The words are spoken in a sing-songy like fashion. The T-Rex begins to shake its head and stomp its feet. Oops, I've missed the T-Rex's turn. Sorry, the T-Rex goes first, and then this happens. The T-Rex will make its multi-attack at you, Minx, with a bite, a 20 to hit for 33 damage. I guess you take half, so you take 16.
That was one of 6 attacks. Now the other 5.
Stomping past you. I don't think it'll get close enough to Zai. Actually, it'll just keep moving past you, so you'll get an opportunity attack as it tramples over you.
Wait, I do?
Yeah, you do. You hit
7
for 7 damage, and it'll stomp past you, coming up towards Zai, and whap Zai with a tail for a 19 to hit.
Oh, you got me.
Wait.
For 27 bludgeoning damage.
Oh my
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage because of your spirits, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't do anything.
What? Yeah, the 19, yeah, it'll hit no matter what. Perfect. And that is when the elf will take its turn, pointing a finger at the T-Rex and sort of singing a song as it moves its hands in an intricate pattern. And then the T-Rex begins to stomp and shake and move and stops its running and just sort of keeps moving its legs on the ground, unable to go in any other direction, which is sort of enraging it. Grub, it is your turn.
Grub will turn into a giant snake.
You become a snake.
That's not
you
the
are
right
still pretty far away from the T-Rex, though, right?
No, I'm quite close.
Okay. You last round you ran towards the T-Rex as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so Grub will become. Oh, I'm a tiny snake on this map. So
it should be like this size maybe.
So I need to roll.
The sizes are all slightly off.
8d12 plus 8.
Yeah, this was not designed to be your bottom up here. 8d12 plus 8, 67 HP for your snaky snake.
Mm-hmm. And the snake is flanking by Minx, right?
Yeah. It might be closer to Zai than Minx. Yeah, but you're still within range of the T-Rex.
Yes. Okay. So, I will attack.
Right.
This. It should be something like this because it ran past you to provoke that attack of opportunity. So something like that. Go for it, Grub.
I will attack with my Grubly self. Wait, I can't select my token for some reason?
Can you not select the snake?
Yeah.
Ooh. Let me fix that so you can select your snake.
Seems like a different snake.
There you go.
Okay.
I think I did the giant constrictor. Oh, that's why it's all off. I did giant constrictor snake instead of the summonable giant constrictor snake.
Question. There's a multi-attack on here. Does this snake get a multi-attack?
I gave you the wrong snake is the problem.
Yeah, okay.
Gave you the monster snake. Here, get rid of this guy. Shape change, giant constrictor snake. Here we go.
That's my snake.
There we go. And you had 67 HP, I think?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, so he does not have a multi-attack.
Right.
All right, so we're gonna constrict him.
Okay.
We're gonna conscript him.
Go for it.
We've done it.
19 hits. You wrap yourself around the T-Rex's legs, and the T-Rex is now trying its best to shuffle its feet and kick him around in the same spot, but can no longer do it because you are tying its legs together. We've got I can't remember the name of the thing. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Zai, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'll move over to the back of the T-Rex and then start punching it. Ooh.
You critical the T-Rex. 7 points of damage on the critical. Well, you kick it really hard, but it's a T-Rex, so your kicks and your punches are semi-effective. You find a weak point.
I use my last kick to rebound off of its leg and then start running away.
All right.
I'll dive into like a house.
Sure. At the end of the round, our elven archers open fire with. Let's see. There are 3 of them, and they each get to fire 2 shots. So it's going to be 60, 20. Each of these are. Let me just do it this way. Is that right? 5, 10, 11, 12. All right, so if they will attack like that.
Wait.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they will fire a flurry of arrows at the T-Rex, which will hit, doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'll be 60.
They have plus 13 to hit?
Plus 68. Yes, they do.
Is this like the fucking Elven Navy SEALs?
Yeah.
They will
Holy
take a arrows and hit it for 62 damage in their first flight, dropping the T-Rex to the ground.
Are these elven archers that emerged? These are ones that we hadn't seen before, right? We didn't see this many, did we?
You're facing the T-Rex now, so you look back and you can see that the elves that were on the other side of the bridge have come forward to within range of the T-Rex and made their shots.
Okay.
Yep.
Holy shit.
And now it is just the one T-Rex that is trapped inside some sort of invisible force cage. It roars, it shakes, it throws itself against invisible walls and comes to a dead halt against them as the elves walk towards it and speak amongst themselves in Elven. For the moment, the danger has passed. And despite the T-Rex's mighty roars, the area is safe, it seems.
So it's just sitting in some kind of force field?
Not just sitting, it is trying its darndest to get out, but it cannot. It is trapped within.
Dude, I love seeing like insanely powerful NPCs in campaigns. That's fucking awesome.
How many shots was that the elves took at the
They each took 2.
They each took 2? And there were how many elves shooting?
Only 3.
Grab arrows.
Okay. Yeah. Can I walk up to the deceased T-Rex? Does it look like, can I retrieve some number of these arrows? I'm assuming that.
Yeah, you can get 3 arrows out of this T-Rex.
Are they the same elven ones I had before?
They're the same elven ones, yep. The elves seem nonplussed that you're taking the arrows.
They seem what?
Is that the term, nonplussed?
They don't care.
What does that mean?
They don't care.
Okay.
Corin is a simple mind. Now, if you were telling Nevitz, he would know instantly what this word means, but Corin just...
Not disconcerted, unperturbed.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
Oh, that's weird. There are 2 versions of nonplussed, and one of them means confused so much that they're unsure of how to act, and the other is not disconcerted or is unperturbed. It seems like
how we're using
contrary
the word
meanings.
literally now. Or literally doesn't mean literally.
Yeah. Weird.
Awesome.
Does Grub recognize anything about the spell that was cast? That thing seems...
No, definitely not.
Oh, like nothing?
Yeah, I mean, you can tell it's a magical effect for certain, but it's not one that you've ever seen before. And there's some sort of invisible wall that this creature keeps running into, but it's not actually blocking because you can still hear its voice coming through. And as the elves discuss what to do, the archers will turn their arrows towards it and pump it full of cold elven steel. And after, seconds,
I'm going to need to see how many arrows, how many rolls, because I'm going to be walking up to that guy after.
Let's see.
I'm so sorry, Koibu.
No,
These
it's
arrows
fine.
are really good.
So let's do, that'll be, It can pump it for 136 points of damage in 12 shots, and I think that is
6 more.
Almost enough to kill it. It takes 13th shot to bring it down.
Wait. Do they not kill it on their turn?
No, I mean, it'll take 2 rounds. If you want to come out and interact with it while they're shooting it. They're just standing at the base of it, looking up, chatting in Elven, and then the archers just draw.
When it's almost dead, can I, like, kill steal it?
Yeah, run in there. Do it.
Yeah, awesome. I do that.
Okay, you run into a solid wall of force, and Constitution saving throw.
Oh, it's the 2E spell, Force Cage.
24.
You run into it and rebound off of it backwards, surprised. There's literally nothing in front of you, but you hit what felt like a steel bar with your forehead.
That's an insanely powerful spell. My wizard used to have that. It's like level 8 or 7.
The elves bring it down.
This is Pog, dude. That's insane. They just fired through it at the.
They seem confident in their ability to do so.
Level 7 spell.
I'm looking at it. And did I have to like angle it strangely? Like, is it a wall? Are they shooting over the wall, or is it?
They are making direct shots. They're sort of spaced out, a few feet apart from each other. They spoke in Elven with the caster for a little while, and then they directed their fire.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. The Elven caster will turn around to face you and give you a broad smile and says, it is so kind and nice to have assistance on these matters. You've done very well for yourselves and should be proud of your accomplishments. Thank you for lending a hand.
Well, yes, we couldn't let any poor souls get eaten. You are very powerful. I bow.
They bow back to you, respectfully.
Hey, what spell that? Wait, Grub doesn't know spells. Hey, how you do that?
Which one?
You make Dino get stuck in box.
Yes. The elf will grab your hand and bring it up to an invisible bar, which you can physically feel and hold. It's about a half-inch in diameter. What is that? That's like a centimeter, 1.25 centimeters in diameter, and evenly spaced. So, inch and a half bar, inch and a half gap, inch and a half bar. No, half-inch bar, half-inch gap, half-inch bar, half-inch gap. Yeah, it's invisible, but if you go up and you can touch it and feel it.
Oh, you do this?
I do.
That real strong. Maybe strongest thing Grub ever see.
The elf leans into you and whispers something. Where did it go? I'm going to PM you what it whispers to you because no one else can hear it. And it speaks to you in the goblin tongue. Where is Discord?
Do I see that the elf whispers to him?
There we go. It whispers a few words in your ear and then gives you a subtle nod of the head.
Grub shuts up immediately and tries to be as quiet as absolutely possible.
What did you say? Strong man with a barrel chest?
Grub is abnormally quiet. Like, he's never this quiet.
Oh, I said, can I see that he whispers to Grub?
Yeah, you can see that he whispers to Grub,
I'm still, like, super paranoid. Can I do another insight check?
Yeah.
I'll crit eventually.
Well, it kind of looked like it was a friendly chat, just a quick... with the generic bland smile that the elf has. But Grub seems to have shut the fuck up so fast that you're not certain what is happening here.
Grub has the Monka Giga emote. Yeah. Grub looks like the Monka Giga emote.
Is there something that you want? Did you need a pat on your head for your work? The caster looks at the 4 of you.
Is this caster the same as the guard?
Yes, this is the same guard that was on the bridge. You think? Give me a charisma check to make sure, because you've never seen elves before, and now you're looking at them, and they're kind of all, you know, their facial features are all kind of similar to you, and their clothing is all similar.
Insight.
A charisma. Ooh, just a straight charisma check.
Okay.
No other ability. Fuck it. It's a.
Once he says pat on the head, I roll my eyes and I just walk away to find the dwarves to see if they're okay.
Yes, they have made it to the bridge. They are catching their breath and immediately be like, well, I clearly beat you to the bridge. I'm the faster. I've always been the better sprinter. Remember you pulled me on the elbow back there? I was falling. I needed support. No, you were just trying to... They're arguing over who could get there first.
Okay.
Classic dwarves.
Oh, yes, there was this one more thing. I'm going to be more cautious. We talked to some halflings at Bastion, and they are in requirement of another nymph.
Yes. Yes, the issue of nymphs. I do believe there is something coming for you. If you would just wait a day or so. I forget how impatient you people can be sometimes. How short your lives must be. A matter of a year must be a long time to you.
How long do half-elves live?
Like 50% longer than humans. So up to like 150, I think. Elves live hundreds, maybe 1,000 years.
I thought elves are immortal, right?
There's a lot of information traveling around. Some people say that elves can die of old age. Mm-hmm. Other people say that they don't really, that they just go away somewhere or they turn into a tree. It's not really clear, but most of the elves have ages in hundreds when you hear about them. Mm. It's rare to hear about an elf, with more than 1,000 years on them.
All right, should we just wait again then, and then we can heal up while waiting?
Yeah, you guys can just go back to waiting. A whole week after this event will pass. You'll spend...
That sounds like a full rest.
That is a long rest, yes.
That doesn't sound like a day.
It is not a day. It takes a week. They tell you to wait 1 day, you wait 7 days. They are slow to bring out this thing for you, but they do bring you something after a week. And during this week, you can see the people...
You get to do spells properly.
Yes.
You will get to see...
I've already had my character sheet.
You get to see the people repair the town, building it up fairly quickly. A few elves will come to help with the thatching. They're masters at thatch work. They can do it very quickly. And life here in Solvang kind of comes back really quickly. The food that is available is sort of paltry. You find yourself wanting to leave town most days to go venture in the jungle and find edible things, which is normally how you survive out here. But they will serve clean water, some very light versions of wine, a couple other baked things here and there. And it seems nice. Sort of.
Well, since we had trouble finding food, I'm trying to grasp how this town exists still. Are there people who are starving? Or is everyone, generally getting their needs met?
It looks like most people generally have their needs met. People will venture out of town looking for, there's a grove of fig trees fairly nearby that people frequent. There are some other fruit-bearing trees here and there. There's all sorts of tubers that people can pick out of the jungle, mushrooms. There's fish that come from the river. The elves will also bring over some grapes and dates and other things from their side of the river and share with people in small quantities here and there. Can I get insight checks? No, investigation checks from all members of the party while you spend your week and a half here in town. Investigation. Ooh.
Nat 20 is a 19. Yikes.
Yeah. You also will notice this week in town, people being rounded up has negative connotations, but being recruited by elves, and they'll come in and ask if anyone would like to visit the other side of the river. and they'll get like a posse of 8 or 9 people together.
Wait, do you want to visit the other side of the river?
Can't we say yes?
They don't,
Ask
notably
us.
the elves don't say this directly to you. They'll come into an area where there's some other people a little bit away from you and gather them up and go. You're never approached yourself. If you want to do this, you'll have to be inserting yourself into this social situation.
Maybe they are eating them.
Can I ask somebody, I guess if we're like at a tavern or whatever while we see this going on, can I kind of lean over and ask one of the other, like somebody that looks foreign, not like a super elvish person, but maybe somebody that looks like a trader, maybe a dwarf or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what these guys are being rounded up to do out here?
No.
How long have you been here? Have you traveled to Sylvain before?
Yeah. My people live in the swamp at the end of this river. We come up here every now and then to exchange some things.
And when you're up here, is this behavior normal? You normally see them gather, round up?
Oh, yeah.
When people go to the other side of the river, do they ever come back?
They do. With smiles on their faces. Carrying gifts.
Huh. Okay.
Grub, want to go?
Yeah, Grub, maybe you could walk up to one of those elves and ask them if you could volunteer yourself to head off to the other side of the river.
Where I go, you go.
I get a general grasp of when they're asked, like, are people readily volunteering, or is this like a random lottery?
Think about it like you're out at a party or at like a convention, and there's just a bunch of people hanging around because there's nothing particular to do at this point. Groups are hanging out, chatting with each other. People are eating or drinking, sitting. Some people are playing games back and forth. And then an elf dressed in long silk robes or togas will approach a group of people, rest a hand on either of their shoulders. The elves are a little bit shorter, so they kind of reach up and say something to these people. And generally the people just nod and be like, yeah, okay, that sounds like fun.
Does anybody
and
seem particularly
head
bothered? Like, as we watch this happen, is there anybody that maybe tries to resist being pulled off, or that seems like they really don't want to go?
There is one group on the 5th day, maybe the second time that you observe this, where a group of 6 people is approached, and 5 of them go, and one person waves goodbye to the others and heads in the opposite direction.
But did it seem like he was initially asked and he just turned it down and decided to leave?
Maybe. The group
We'll
was
talk to that
approached,
guy.
and this person was a member of the group.
We go.
Okay.
We go to that
Can
guy.
we run up to that guy and like try to catch him as he's like making his way out of town? Maybe not like right in the tavern, but maybe
Yeah.
like a little bit outside.
Yeah, it's a young woman that turned it down. She's early 20s, seeming to walk away from the group and head towards the building when the 4 of you jog up to her.
Hey,
Hello.
you turn around.
Hi.
Oh.
How's it going?
What was going on back there with you and your friends?
Well, we were just playing a game of dice. You roll 2 dice, and well.
Nah,
I'm
come
sure
on.
you
I
know
don't
how to
care about your game. I'm talking about the elves. Where are they taking your friends to?
They were being asked to help harvest some bamboo from near the Elven Mountains.
The elves, these legendary warriors, these great archers, they need to pull your friends to the other side of the river to harvest bamboo. Nobody thinks to ask a question? Really?
We're good neighbors here. They help us, we help them.
Well, what about you then? Why didn't you go over and help?
Well, I have plans today, and it's a day-long trip to the bamboo and a day back and a few days working there, and I had something else I needed to do.
I want to insight that one.
Go
What
ahead.
does it seem? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's absolutely telling you the truth about this. She has something that she has to do today, and just didn't want to go.
Have your friends ever gone over to help them pick bamboo before?
I have myself.
What do you guys do over there?
Well, you find the elves will mark the sturdy stalks, and it's our job to chop them down and then cut them into the right formats, which will then be braided with reeds to create floors.
Yeah, I mean, I look back to the party. I mean, everybody's with us, right?
I don't trust
Sometimes
him.
they make rafts, other tools, temporary structures.
Wow, these elves seem like the best neighbors you could possibly have.
I don't know.
I enjoy living here in Solvang.
Oh,
Have you ever seen their houses?
No, tell us about them.
Great trees that have been grown over centuries, altered. Every day someone will go and make sure the branch is pointing in the right direction, and after centuries of growth, the trees are shaped in the exact way that they would want their house to be made. Groves of these trees together, woven together further, can create larger structures with multiple floors. Rather than cutting into them, they simply press stones and hold them in the right way so the tree will grow around the stone, and then the stone is removed, creating whatever shape they need.
You look to be a woman of your 20s. Have you lived here your entire life?
Born and raised.
Is that the case for most people here?
Some people. We have a lot of migrants who decide to give up whatever little village ways they had before and join us here.
That makes sense.
Safer here.
Why is your village so small?
What do you mean?
I couldn't help but notice that there are a lot of empty buildings here.
Well, there's a lot of travelers that come to trade, to visit, to sightsee, as some might call it. And there need to be extra homes for them. So during our free time, we have built a few. Once it gets a little crowded, it can get a little annoying. So better to have extra rooms than none.
Seems like with a setup as sweet as this, there'd be a ton of people trying to stay here. Find it a little suspicious that there aren't too many of you here.
That's usually what outsiders say.
Maybe, it's just real nice place.
Yeah, incredible.
I think it's wonderful. I can't imagine living anywhere else. I hear stories from people like you, from people from far away, who talk about having to fight your way through the jungle on a daily basis, having to work to survive. I can't imagine that.
Is there any immigration progress? Can we just come and live here?
Sure. Would you like to come and join us? I don't think there's any reason you couldn't.
Hold on. So, listen, you do anything crazy? You eat people, people eat you, elf eat people. What happened here?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I've never eaten a human.
Really?
Before.
What about
no
goblins?
one has ever. No, thank you. With all due respect, your goblin kind has a particular odor. I'm sure you would taste worse than snake.
I give you particular odor. Grub farts.
I know.
So real quick, it's been over a week we've been here and nobody's come to the tavern to find us. Did I forget?
Well, I was gonna skip ahead to a week, but you wanted to see what was going on. So it's been 5 days since since they said it'll be 1 day.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I don't have any further questions. I don't know if anyone else does.
All right. A couple days pass. Okay, go for it. Go, Grub.
These elves rubbing me wrong way. I tell you what. You know what? You know what's the rudest elf?
What?
Go fuck yourself.
Corin actually laughs at that one.
Well, since they're taking so long, I want to go to the government building and see if they have census or records.
Yeah, you can get to the local town hall. And there's more people in it right now. They've got a big bonfire going in the middle and some incense burning around it. You can find the woman with the sash, and after she finishes up with her conversation, you can speak with her. Greetings again, traveler. What brings you here?
Well, your town looks so great that we were thinking about settling down here. Is there a usual process for that?
Pick a home.
Nice. This place is awesome. Why isn't the population more? I count a few hundred. Is that right?
Something like that.
Hasn't this town been here for centuries?
I don't know when it was first created. I think the human side of it has come and gone over the years. Sometimes it's not here at all, and other times it builds up. At least that's the impression I've gotten from the way the elves speak of it. I myself was born here.
And did your parents live here?
Of course.
Did your parents, were they born here?
No, neither of them were.
And are they still alive?
They were refugees that arrived with me. Well, my mother was pregnant with me when they arrived.
How'd they die?
My father was eaten by a crocodile. And my mother fell into she had some troubles.
Grub insight checks immediately.
Roll it. Yeah, there seems to be a bit of pain here, like a bad memory that she doesn't want to think about.
Trouble? What trouble?
It's a little personal. I'd rather not share the story if you don't mind.
Who person?
Excuse me?
Who person? Trouble with person?
No, Is there something else you need? She says,
no,
moving on.
this is the only thing I need.
Well, I do hope you choose to come and stay in Solvang. I saw, or I heard what you did to help fight with the monsters. What thing?
Thing about troubles.
My family history is a little painful. I'd rather not discuss it with you.
Huh.
Well, could I ask? I know it's personal, and I know you were about to thank us for helping the fight. Could you satisfy this goblin's curiosity, please? Because I would like to know what I'm getting into.
I don't think I would care to satisfy his curiosity at the expense of my pain. That's not how friends work with one another. And if that is going to be the way you make demands of us, then perhaps this is not a place for you at all.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
This lady is an elf, or
she's a human.
Oh, she is a human. Oh, okay.
Right. I think we just wait for the thing then, right?
Yeah.
A few days later, you are hanging out. The ruined parts have been mostly rebuilt. Still a few things fixed up here. Funerals held for the dead, or at least what parts of the dead they could find. When you are approached by an elf. This elf, let me roll a die here, is a middle-aged woman of sorts. She has long silver hair that is tied in a braid over and over again in like various tied spots. Her ears sort of stick out between the little bits of silver and come to a, not quite like a pointy point, but like a rounded elfin point. She is wearing silver robes embroidered with some sort of red fabric or red thread in strange patterns that don't mean anything to you. And comes to the four of you. Let's see, which one of you guys was leading negotiations? It was kind of Corin and Zai, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So she will approach Corin and say, you are the ones who speak on behalf of the halflings, are you not?
Yeah, we could say that.
The people of Bastion, I believe?
Yeah, that'd be them.
And you are in need, or they are wishing that an elf, a nymph might migrate to their town and assist them.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I present to you this. And she pulls out from within a pocket in her robe a silver disc on a chain. So it's basically like a circle with a circle punched out of it. And there are 3 smaller golden rings engraved in the bigger thing. Let me do a doodle because I can't.
Is this a nymph tracker?
It's like this with this.
This is super out of character, but my god, they do sell nymphs.
Wait, are you drawing
it's an
someone?
amulet that it's up here.
It's a nymph tracker. I knew it.
The blue shaded parts are actually silver, and the orange shaded parts are gold, and the red shaded part is just a hole that goes all the way through it.
Does she hand it to me, or is she?
Yeah, she hands you this. This is an amulet of judgment, she says to you. Wear this around your neck, and if your cause is just, we shall know. If your people are true to their word, we shall know. If your halfling friends on whose behalf you speak are the way that they were the last time we treated like this, then I am sure a nymph will volunteer to join your cause. For nymphs enjoy all things true and beautiful and honorable and right and just.
Oh, wow. Since we actually didn't murder Hobo this campaign, we're going to get a reward for that?
Wow.
Because we've actually been really above board with this. That's Pog.
Some
I
of
haven't
us
had the
have.
opportunity to murder a hobo anyone yet.
She presents you with the amulet. What do you do?
All right, so I'm sorry. Walk me through this one again. We're
Simply
just
wear it about
cause-
your neck, and and a nymph will come to your aid if you deserve it.
Is this one of them nymphs that blinds me with her beauty and causes me to walk off the edge of the cliff, or is this amulet going to protect me here?
The amulet will not protect nor harm you. It will simply judge you.
This is something we should be giving to the halflings, right? Or is it intended for us to wear it?
If you are the leaders, then it is your hearts that must be known.
So how does this work? If we're in the Halfling City in Bastion, will the nymph just appear in Bastion? Or is it gonna... How is this gonna work? I don't get it.
You're Minx, right? The one
Yes.
with the hamster?
And this is Boo. Yes.
She reaches out a hand and sort of strokes the side of your face, looking up at you because she's much shorter than you are. And
How
says,
you doing?
"Don't worry your pretty little head about it, young one.
I'm
I
not
will take
worried.
care of
Boo
it
is
all."
worried.
Let me speak to Boo then," she says.
I hold out the hamster.
She speaks a word of magic and touches Boo upon the nose, and then goes, and withdraws a moment. I believe Boo has understood what I mean.
So is she handing me the amulet?
Yes.
Okay, I turn around and I hand the amulet to Zai. These fuckers are so judgmental. They've even got their jewelry doing the judging for them. I'm not wearing this thing. I give the amulet to Zai.
I look at her. Is this intended to be put on right now or later?
You should wear it with you at all times. If you are true and just and right, and the people you serve and represent are similarly, then we shall know the truth of your heart. And if a nymph judges you to be worthy, she will find her way to you, or you will find your way back here when it is appropriate. Do not worry about the details. It is all taken care of.
How we know?
Don't worry about it.
How we know?
It is not any of your concern.
How we know?
Trust me.
Really?
Trust me.
Excellent, I trust you. I'll put the necklace on.
Many blessings to you.
Thank you
And
for
good
your
luck.
generosity.
What? Mugman, we getting bullshitted. Gabo,
She
no.
smiles and leaves.
Grubs is screaming in the corner.
All right. You have, I guess, accomplished the goals that you've come here for. What now?
Wait,
Or
is
have
that
you
an
accomplished
HP
your
bonus?
goals? Is
Paul?
that it?
Are we assuming that the nymph will find us? We don't have to cross the river. It'll just find. Well, I guess we don't know. I'm asking you. Yeah. We
I
don't
imagine we'll just walk through the forest, and someday a nymph will
Let's
come, and
just
hopefully
be honorable and like help the world, and we get a dwarf.
What is our
thing.
So are nymphs like sirens? Like if you see one, is there like a decent chance that you're gonna like be killed by like wandering off into death? Are they like evil creatures? What is our understanding
No,
of?
nymphs are generally considered good, very good, but also very neutral in the world. They, as your understanding of it, is they are the chosen creature of Nadinus, the goddess of nature. And you will understand that like all beings in existence were created by the gods. Some beings were created by this deity, some were created by that deity, and everyone's got their own favorite creatures too. Nymphs are the most blessed creatures of Nadinus, the goddess of nature, and they represent her and have their powers sort of channeled by her. So that's kind of the only thing you really know about them. There are the rumors we discussed last week or the week before, where if you gaze upon a nymph, it might blind you. And if you look upon a nymph while she is changing, or spy upon her while she is bathing, it'll outright kill you. But those sound like far-fetched rumors, right? That sounds like crazy bullshit. Nothing is so beautiful that you die upon looking at it. Yet those are the stories that are told.
Listen, I have a great idea. How about we find an elf that's curious to see the world? Maybe she's really good at growing flowers and really good with agriculture. We tell the halflings she's a nymph. She helps them grow shit. It's beautiful. You don't need magic to grow plants. It's just you have to get better at growing plants.
Grub know what do. We take necklace to Riki and talk to book people. Book people tell us what the necklace is.
Oh, I like that.
But
it would take us weeks to get to Riki, right?
You already know what the necklace does, unless you think it isn't that.
Well, look. Hold on, sorry. So the whole reason we went to Solvang was we needed to finish the quest for the halflings.
Yeah,
so
they need a nymph. And now we got a thing.
And I'm wearing the nymph attractor right now.
But we don't know how long that takes, or what. We don't even know if we completed our quest or what just happened.
Let's just be righteous. Like, the more, like, let's just be super goody two-shoes and use our, like, Pokemon Go Bay here.
Okay, if I lived for 1,000 years and somebody was annoying me, I would give them a rock that told them it did everything that they wanted to do so that they left me the fuck alone.
Well, like, I think we can reasonably assume right now that we're at, like, the next part of our quest is we're waiting for this necklace to call out to a nymph or something.
How can we reasonably assume that everything about this place was weird as fuck?
Yeah, but not weird in a way where like, oh, we're gonna scam you and give you like some meme item, like kind of.
I'm gonna say this for the record: I was not weirded out by a single thing in this place.
Yeah,
you think it's just all? You think it's all normal and Koibu's just fucking with us?
Oh no, there's some definitely. There's weird shit.
This is the same guy that had like a whole fucking fortress of cult vampire people.
This is
right?
literally like Scientology Arcadia.
Yeah, this is some Scientology tier shit, of course.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Nothing Koibu does is normal.
I think we go back to the dwarves now.
Hey.
Basically, the way I see it is the elves are super powerful, and then people are just living in their backyard, and all works out.
Right. What I want to do right now is go back to the dwarves, go through the tunnel, pick up the axe. Maybe either we explore Hearthome or we go to Portheus.
Portheus?
We can't go to Portheus.
Yes, we can.
Oh.
No, that place is gonna fucking wreck our shit. There's a
despawn.
Yeah.
Okay, then we go explore Hearthome and like just check out a dungeon. Because like we gotta find these like tombs. These tomes.
We have other quests, right?
No, it's just the tomes and Portheus.
Wait, why do you think
Wait, is Portheus? What's the one with the giant dwarf axe? Dwarf hammer?
That's Portheus.
That is Portheus. Okay.
Yeah. So right now, the only two active quests we have right now is we have to find a fertilizer nymph. We have to find a hammer in Portheus. We have to find books for people who don't read no good. That's the only active quest we have right now. So there's...
there's a fourth one. The fourth one is go to towns and have them...
Unite.
Yeah. So
that's the main quest.
Okay, right. Yes, I agree. And we can go to Hearthome, and then we go east, and I explore things to the east there.
What is Hearthome?
It's like some blue ruins thing. Maybe there's a book there.
I'm down.
Like it's ruins. Where else would you go for books?
Have we ever heard anything about that, Koibu?
About
Ember's
Hearthstone?
Keep is the place where it was said that there was a book.
Yeah, and
Right.
that's on the way there. That's
No,
to the
Ember's
east.
Keep is where all the books are.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we go Hardhome, then we go continue east, and then we go to Ember's Keep. That's my plan. What do you guys think?
Have we heard anything about Hardhome yet, Koibu?
Hearthhome is an ancient ruin. It's one of the cities that existed here before the storms came and the mountains rose. And it's been picked over for centuries. So there's nothing of value there. It's just a collection of toppled buildings. Sometimes there are monsters who have made their lair in those buildings. Sometimes they're abandoned. Sometimes passersby will use them for shelter or cover. But it's just the ruins of an ancient civilization.
All right, there's one more thing. Like, look at Ayu up here. There's no way that we ever want to go to Ayu unless we're already up here.
That's
so
true.
we should just go to Ayu.
What is IU?
It's a town.
Is it?
Mhm.
What, Koibu, like, what is it?
It's a town.
Of what?
Why don't you find out?
Because I would know. On the island, maybe?
You've never been to Ayu before. It was marked on your map by the Wizards of Riki. Give me a history check, Grub.
Okay. Blap.
You've just heard of people talk about Ayu before. It's
Okay.
a known place, but you don't know shit about it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go there. I mean,
I'm
it's
okay with going to Ayu. However, how about we still go to the dwarves and see if they have tunnels to take you straight through there to the mountains instead?
There's no reason not to go back to the dwarves right now as
Yeah.
well to pick up the axe. It's just a strict.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's like-
Yeah, we can go to the dwarves, and then we go to IU, or
Yeah.
or maybe the dwarves have something to do.
Yeah,
With the dwarf, was the axe creation time 3 weeks or 1 week?
no, it's
2
done
weeks.
now. It's 100%
2
done
weeks?
now.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's done. Yeah.
We
Then we
also
can
might
also-
be able to gain passage through those tunnels. I know we had to trade before, but those light stones, I mean, dwarves work underground. They don't use magic, I'm pretty sure. Like, a
Yeah,
light
but they
stone might
can see in
actually
the
be
dark.
incredibly valuable to a dwarf.
Yeah, but they see in the dark, right?
Not 60 feet though, do they?
It's only, I think it's only 60 feet like an elf.
I don't know.
Or maybe they won't care. I don't know.
We can ask them.
I think people with dark vision don't really care.
So
Yeah,
we
I
go back
agree.
to the dwarves.
All right.
Wait. The problem with going to the doors is you would have to go through the passage, and like we only have one free passage. We should go to Ayu first and then come back.
Oh yeah. Especially since we're rested too. Like we can literally just take this whole this path up to IU and go straight this way.
Yeah, and depending on how this river works, maybe we can take a boat. Like, have we seen this river be used?
You've been waiting here for a little while. You have seen people on the river on boats made out of bamboo
So
float down.
we
Armed
could trade-
parties of travelers.
We could
This
trade a
seems like
person.
super easy mode. If people feel safe enough to travel on this river, then we just travel on this river. Maybe we go through the coast and we just get to Ayu.
Oh. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay, let's do it. Let's start moving.
All
then.
right.
Do you want to go slowly? The
Well,
long
I
train.
mean, we'll do as the locals do, since they know what to do.
Sure.
So we'll like hitch a ride with them or take our own boat.
Hitch a ride.
You know how hard it is for me not to hand in a quest and get a quest reward
Wait, what do we need to hand in right now?
of my axe. I'm dying.
Oh, is that considered like the completion of a quest?
No,
Look,
I'm
as
just
an
sitting here like
archer,
hyperventilating at the prospect.
You
of
know
it.
that the goal is to gather up and finish as many quests as possible and then go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Again, he's a Path of Exile streamer. If he doesn't get an upgrade to his gear, he's physically in pain.
I'm literally physically in pain. Also, what's the gray dot on the mountain? Here.
I'll be right back.
I've been curious about too.
Oh, you're probably not supposed to see that.
Here,
Or maybe we talked about it before. I don't know. It's on your map now, and you have no idea what it is.
wouldn't it
You
be
can-
weird if we like made like a loop around there?
You have enough information to figure out what it is. I think if you really wanted to. So I'll just leave it be.
Are you talking about this thing here?
Wait, there's something else there too.
Wait, what are you pinging? Can you show me?
There.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's what I was pinging. Yeah, okay.
Dude, it's clearly a palantir. I mean tablet.
The only thing I know is that these dwarfs said that there was another group of dwarfs to the north. But that probably has nothing to do with this.
So you want to go down the river via some sort of boat or raft or something and end up in the swamp?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is swamp normally boatable?
The swamp is going to be difficult to move on via boat, maybe a little bit easier than walking, maybe a little bit harder depending on the circumstance, because it'll be dry, it'll be wet land, then dry land, and then sort of wettish, dryish, like you might have to drag your thing, you have to pick the raft and carry it. It'll be awkward to take a boat through a swamp.
Okay, well, we'll boat fill the swamp then.
I suspect the people of Solvang know the best, because I know that they've talked about traveling by boat to Bastion, and this would totally be the way. So we're just gonna trust the boat people.
Okay.
All right. It's a teleporter.
What?
There's 2 gray things. Maybe there's some sort of portal.
That's right. There is another great thing here. Anyways.
Oh.
All right. You guys hop in your... Well, how do you get a boat, first of all?
Go to the boatman. The harbor.
There's not much in the way of a harbor here. You can find a tied up bamboo raft that is tied to the human side of the river, to a stake on the ground and sort of pulled up on the ground a little bit. There are a couple of people around it, or not around it, but like, in nearby proximity. You approach them, they greet you, and you say,
hi, we'd like to travel down the river towards Ayu.
Yeah?
Do you offer a service to do that?
No. Who would do that? I'm not gonna pull people up and down the river. The fuck you trying to steal my boat? He gets a little frustrated with you.
How do travelers normally get up and down this river if they come from outside?
They fucking build their own ships, or their own boats, or their own rafts.
This guy's like completely different from anyone else in the city, right?
He's a human, yeah.
But
he's
everyone else
a little
is like
bit more
super
aggressive.
chill.
Yeah.
This guy's not chill?
This guy doesn't seem very chill.
All right.
This guy seems grumpy.
You know what? I think what we do is we just like do our normal half a speed and stealth our way through. This is a long journey.
All right. You want to stealth your way, going 1 tile at a time. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days before you hit the swamp if you go this route.
I think that's a good idea. What do you guys think?
We can.
Yeah, I think that's, like, in terms of days, that's not the fastest way to do it, but in terms of gameplay length, that's the fastest way to do it.
Okay.
All right, let's do that.
Alrighty. Grub, roll me 20d6. I'm sorry, 6d20. Okay.
Ooh, you got a 20.
Natural 20.
Let's see what we've got.
That's the trollery roll.
Hi, by the way, my hair troll and a roo in the same sentence. I'm running. I like just.
And I think we've established stealth plan alpha. We all know what the plan is, which is basically hide.
Mm-hmm.
Also, make sure everyone is like full on like spells and rages and everything. Did we?
Yeah, we should. Well, we should. We are coming off of a long rest, right?
Yeah.
Right. Everyone should be full on all resources.
By chance, get 1,000 experience points?
No.
Okay, just checking.
I'll give Corin a quiver of 20 arrows if you want it.
I'm already carrying like 60. I don't even know if.
Okay. Do you want to trade one of the elven quivers for a normal quiver? I'll probably not use it.
Oh, wait, do you have an extra elven one, or are you asking me for an elven one?
I always carry an extra one because of you.
Are you asking me for some of my elven arrows? That's what I'm asking.
No, I am not. I am just saying, if you need regular arrows, if we come up with a trivial encounter, you can use them.
I'll be okay. Don't worry. I appreciate the offer, though.
Okay.
On day 3 of your journey, when you are in this hex, Grub, The point man on your journey through the jungle spots a collection of orcs down by the river. There appear to be about 10 orcs, including some sort of chieftain and a spellcaster. They have stopped at the river. 4 guards are posted to watch the jungle while the others are refilling water skins and drinking from the water. 1 guard seems to be very carefully watching the river.
How far are we from them?
About 150 feet. You've
How
poked
many
your
are
head
there?
out along the river.
Can we reasonably sneak past them without arousing any suspicion?
If you continue to move at half speed, they'll get a perception check to spot you, but I think your stealth roll, your default stealth roll, is going to be pretty high.
How far are they away? Or sorry, I guess how many are there?
It's like 8 or 10. It's kind of hard to see. They blend in well with the jungle. There could be a few more hidden around there somewhere.
Do any of them look like they cast spells and stuff, or any look weird?
He did say that, yeah. He said one chieftain, 1 spellcaster.
Yeah, I specifically called out their numbers and make and what they were doing at the beginning of the conversation. It's like you say something and then people just ask you to repeat
I did.
it.
I listened.
I know, Ziz, and that's why I like you.
Wait, what are these guys again?
Oh my god. Fucking swear to god.
Okay.
I dig a hole and hide in it. Alright, what do you guys want? Do you guys want to just obliterate these guys, or should we sneak past?
I think the easier thing is to just sit here for a day and then go after. They're clearly refilling on supplies, so we just stay here and they'll move away.
Okay, we can hide and wait then, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds big smart.
You're already far enough away, so they don't see you. You wait, and after an hour or so, they've refilled their water and have moved far enough away that you expect not to run into them again.
Okay.
And you can continue your journey.
Yep.
All right. 2 days later, you are right about here. And you are walking through the jungle. Where is it? Here it is. What is its stealth? Okay. Oh, this will be fun. You are walking through the jungle, fairly near to the river's edge.
The Trollaroo.
Let me.
You gotta stop talking about that, because you remind him every time that thing exists, and he thinks to put it on the monster table. So we need to never bring that shit up, so that we don't die.
I'm running. Before I said I'm running, I was just like sprinting.
You this time have stopped by the river to refill your water skins. When Grub hears something coming, something approaching the river.
Is there like thuds?
Let me bring you to a map.
Is it a lit?
Is it a lit?
You see this map?
Yeah.
The Jaws theme playing.
What does Grub hear?
You hear the sound of something kind of swishing and the sound of soft padding feet. As a creature emerges from the jungle. It looks like a strange sort of monkey hybrid monster creature.
Alien.
It has a pair of red baboon faces with fangs, 2 arms which are each breaking halfway down to form into a pair of tentacles, wide feet that look more like crocodile heads, but they're not heads, but they're like these broad, long feet, and some sort of strange scale-like tail with wrapped bones that ends in a bit of a club. This, give me a history check, everybody.
You really wanted to use this guy, huh? Because you remembered it.
19. Grub. Grub. Thank God you rolled well here. You have heard of this creature. This is the legendary psychic monkeys known as Ozeds.
What are they called?
OZ.
Is this one of your custom things?
Yes.
Everybody get the fuck out. We're fucking retire this game right now.
TPK. Wait, has it seen
Yeah.
us?
It is moving directly towards you guys.
What
Whether
have
or
they
not
heard
it has
of-
seen you.
Okay.
You guys are well hidden. You're moving very carefully. It's your goal to be hidden from things while you stop for water, because that's why you're doing the
I
half
prepared
movement.
right
Yeah.
X-wing.
I
and
tell
yet
every
it is coming for
I
you.
tell everybody to hide. So we should all hide in here. I can't select my token, but like
Is Grub the only one that knows what kind of
I
creature
told
this
him,
is?
I whispered.
The rest of
But
you
you
have
ta-
never heard of an OZ before.
I whispered very scary. Very scary. Hide
How-
now.
How
Hide
far
now.
away is it?
Right there.
Someone's
Okay, yeah, I'm
hiding.
hiding.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh
we're
shit! I
hiding.
didn't know we were on a map. Yeah.
I'm whispering to Grub, what is it?
Big monkey.
And we will find out more about it next week on Empires of
Wait,
Arcadia.
no, this
and we
is
will
like-
open up.
What? Wait.
the battle.
This is like 4 times we're ending 20 minutes early. That means we can like keep going a little bit on this one.
The show runs 3 to 4 hours. That's the rule.
Yeah, and we're right here in the middle. The battle would definitely take a nice long time. And don't you want to end on an exciting cliffhanger so you can come back next week and fight this strange psychic monkey? And I'll just make
Oh,
it
that thing's
as
fucking
easy
huge.
details.
No, I don't
Yeah,
wanna
get me the
fight
fuck
that
out of
thing.
here.
Get
I'm
me
outta
out of
here.
here.
I just want to tell Devin right now he's a moron for not mentioning that it's psychic.
Yeah, if you would have told
Alright.
our characters it was psychic, we would have just ran. But you just
Wait,
told us to
Grub
hide, so we
doesn't
can't.
know it's psychic.
You
It
did.
is
You did a massive history check. You know.
Grub heard that it was a psychic monkey?
That's what Koibu literally said. Koibu said, and my exact words are, Grub, it's so lucky that you passed that history check. You've heard of this as a blah, blah, blah. Remember that part?
Yeah. but Grub actually knew it was psychic? Because I don't think Grub...
Maybe
That's
he
how I
forgot,
heard
you
it
know?
was.
No, I just
Grub
don't
like
think,
rock.
I
Grub
don't
like
think that
mushroom.
Grub would understand what that means. Like a psychic...
Maybe Grub forget.
Like
maybe
a
Grub not
psychic
know.
monkey.
Oh, can we do the fight now?
If it's a monkey that can like read
Maybe
your
Grub
mind.
would think something like, this is a monkey that can hear you talk without you opening your mouth. I don't
Yeah,
know, something
Grub
that would be like a
would know
Grub.
that.
That'd
Grub would
be
know that. Yeah.
That would have been a good thing to say before he was right
come on,
next to us.
Koibs.
We will see you guys next time on Empires of Arcadia
Oh god.
and our psychic spellcasting monkey.
It casts spells?
Maybe I'm just
spoiler
making shit
alert.
up now. Maybe I'm just saying shit to fuck with you. You know? It gets 4 attacks and can cast a spell and kick you in the same round.
Is
I
it
don't
a
know.
lich?
Maybe it throws smaller OZs out of its mouth.
Oh
Maybe
my
it splits the
God.
undead.
Maybe it throws
smaller
Trollaroo.
monkeys. Yeah, it throws Trollaroo.
Maybe it has a double charge and bite attack where it knocks you to the ground and sinks its fangs into you. Who knows?
Wait, and
Oh
we're
my
not
God.
even playing next week.
Oh, that's
true.
right. I'm out of town because I'm at a wedding
Oh.
next week. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks for our burrowing
I hate.
telepathic monkey.
Shoutouts. Shoutouts.
Okay, Devin Nash.
Hi. I'm Devin Nash, also known as Player of Grub. I am a part-time broadcaster over at twitch.tv/Devin Nash because I also run an agency. You can find me there or also on my Discord, discord.gg/Devin, where I reside and talk about the show while it's going on. Thank you for having us. We had a lot of fun today. Trump?
Hey, Trump SC, Hearthstone, Age of Empires, brilliant strategist. Destiny, go.
Oh, are you describing me? Thank you. I play League of Legends and Minecraft right now. And I do political coverage mainly. That's what you know me for, yeah. Okay, that's what I got.
Koibu?
You can find me doing a whole bunch of D&D or D&D related things on twitch.tv/Koibu pretty much all the time.
And my name is Zizaran. Usually I stream Path of Exile after these sessions, but now I'm actually going to go to sleep. So we'll see you in 2 weeks from now. Next episode is going to be on Destiny's channel. So we'll see you there for the total party kill. Thanks for watching.
Goodbye.